I'm just waiting on everything to show that it's live on everywhere. All right, all right. So, all right, we should be good. Yep, I can hear you pretty good. They should be able to hear you. Say something real quick. Oh, okay. They can't hear you on this screen, but they're gonna be able to hear you. Say something now.
Brock Yahuwah.
Okay, cool, cool, cool. All right, we got it perfect. We got it perfect. All right, let some people get in and play this music real quick. Okay. Yeah. All right. Oh, dang. Shit. I did not notice. I'm not even playing. All right, we good now. All right. Shalom, shalom, holy nation. Welcome back to Righteous Reactions. I thought that the music was playing for y'all, but y'all couldn't even hear it. It was only in my ears. But yeah, so today we got a nice interview with my aunt Anuahyahu, also known as Dimitri Pruitt. The brother is really talented, man. Great music, um, some very uplifting music, humble music. So yeah, man, y'all go ahead and welcome my man Anuahyahu. He in the building. This is going to be the start of season 2 of the interviews, man. So I hope y'all enjoy, man. Dimitri Pruitt, here we go. All right, shalom, shalom. All right, how you feeling?
Hey, good, good, good. Shalom, shalom, Maki.
All right, and so I'm gonna start out with an interview. You know what I'm saying? Pretty much asking, some questions that most people, because usually when we get into these interviews and stuff like that, people don't know who certain people are. You know what I'm saying? So as a artist, I want you to explain who you are. That way, people will know who Yahoo is. You know what I'm saying?
Who Anuahyahu is? Anuahyahu is just a average man.
Yeah.
Just a family man. You know, stay out the way. Uh, Pretty much someone who loves Abba Yahuwah,
Mm-hmm.
seeking His face. You know, uh, want to be redeemed by Him. On that day when He comes. So, uh, just want to be humble before Him.
Right, right, right. Yeah,
Hmm.
definitely. Um, me and you had a couple conversations and stuff like that, so I
Hmm.
understand, you know what I'm saying? I understand completely
Yeah,
what you
yeah.
mean. You know what I'm saying, when you talk about that. But because there's new people out here that don't know who you are, you know what I'm saying, it's very good to hear that certain people is just trying to be a vessel. You know what I'm saying? Just trying to be a vessel for the Most High. You know what I'm saying? Just trying to
Just
get
want to be a
redeemed. Yeah, man.
yeah. Just
That's
want to
good.
be a vessel. That's it's important. Like we talked about before, we all have gifts.
Yeah.
And this is just a gift that Anuahyahu gave me. But we all have gifts to be the light for Anuahyahu. Let our light shine before Him. So this is just one of the gifts He's given me, and I'm very, very grateful, very thankful um, for all the gifts He's given all His children.
Yeah.
It's very important that we utilize them to lift Him up and bring
Right.
people to Him. That's so important. So yeah, this just I'm just part of the body, man, doing my part. You know what I'm saying?
All
Uh,
praises, man. All praises.
yeah, that's it.
Um, so, um, when did you start getting into the music and things like that?
What, the truth music, or just in
Just,
general music?
yeah, just music in general. Because I know that we all came from, what I'm saying. A lot of us
Yeah,
came
yeah,
from
yeah.
listening to, the worldly music, but the
hmm
transition, you know what I'm saying, into the truth music.
Yeah, I would say my transition was me. It was earlier on in my life, man. I think I was in my early 20s, bro. I have been doing music though, worldly music. When I was a teenager. You know what I'm saying, and thinking I was gonna get signed, and
Right,
just just chasing the wind, bro.
right,
And then went through some spiritual warfare, and around I was seeking out, but I didn't know His name. I didn't know His I didn't know anything. I just was seeking Him because of some experiences I had went through, and I had already had the gift of creating music and writing and doing those type of things. And so by me seeking Him, I just started writing. Only thing I knew back then was Christian music. You know what I'm saying? So I
mm,
started doing Christian music.
okay,
Um, that's why I came through the Christian church, and doing being a Christian rapper and all that stuff.
right,
And the more I kind of understood, years later, the more I started to understand, Yahuwah was drawing me even out of that, to come into His truth and to
right,
expose a lot of the lies that I was in. Um, he started drawing me out, and at that point in time, I wasn't doing music. I was like, okay, I ain't gonna do no music. I just want to learn and know who He is. And I just was hearing Him like pressing on my heart to write. You know,
mm,
to
yeah,
write music, to continue to write. And so it was a witness. One of my ops at the time was, he said, bro, you remember all the music you used to do back in the day, bro? You need to start writing, bro. Start writing again. So I just wrote a
yeah,
couple of songs. And that song Broken was like one of my first songs I wrote in the truth. And I
oh,
had
for
wrote
real,
that song. Yeah, so I had wrote that song
mm,
years ago. And Anuahyahu he gave me the song, and he gave me the idea for the video like years before we did it.
oh,
I never even
praises,
knew how it was gonna come to pass, but he gave me the
yeah,
idea for the video and the song and everything. Like I would say, like four years before we did the video, and you know what I'm saying. And
that's a long time.
it's actually an old song. When I came into the truth, man, it's
Yeah,
like one of my
yeah.
first song,
I
and
was
it was
just listening
crazy
to
because
that joint this morning. I was.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So then because me and my aunt LRE, when he had moved to LA,
Right.
we used to chop it up all the time when we met. You know what I'm saying, about doing
Mm.
music, and so we was always just talking about it. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying, man? My aunt, we was always just, hey man, we gonna do songs, we gonna do this, and we would never do nothing. You know what I'm saying? We just was talking, and I used to tell my aunt, hey, I just be patient, bro. It's gonna come together, and then sure enough, man, it came together, man. So
Oh, praises.
yeah.
Oh,
So
praises.
since then.
Yeah, LRE definitely a man. He a good bro. Uh, we had an interview with him a little while back, man, and man, the
Yeah,
brother, he's a.
I told you I got on my head. I
Oh
said,
yeah, yeah.
I said, listen, you my bro, man. So I'm gonna give you a pass, bro. But if you ever get on here, man, and don't mention me, we gonna have an issue. Cause LRE, that's my
Right.
dog, man.
Yeah, for
That's
sure,
my bro.
man.
Yeah.
Praises.
Yeah,
Yeah, man.
he's my brother, man.
So when did you learn about being an Israelite and what I'm saying, coming into the understanding of everything?
Man, I used to be like a Bible thumping Christian, bro.
Oh yeah.
And yes, yes. And it's funny because I had a song called Bible Thumper too. And
Yeah.
I used to be a Bible thumping Christian, bro. And so I had my Ak named Yehuda, man. He used to always tell me, bro, you know we the people, bro. And I used to be like, no, man, we Hamites, you know what I'm saying? Because you know that
Right.
indoctrination,
Right.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I would say, nah, bro, you don't know what you're talking about, bro. We from the seed of Ham. He'd be like, nah, bro, we from the seed of Shem.
Nah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so we used to go back and forth, bro. And it was funny because I used to call him. I said, man, you was a secret Hebrew spy, bro, because we used to be doing Christian Bible studies, but then he's always tell me, bro, you know we should be keeping these dietary laws. We should be doing this and
Okay.
doing that. So
Okay.
he was always planting seeds, but I was always resisting, right? So
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't really hearkening to what he was saying, and so he was getting sick of me, like coming at him with Galatians and Romans. Thought
Yeah.
I knew what I
Yeah.
was talking about, but I didn't know what I was talking about. I didn't have no understanding. And
Mm-hmm.
so one particular time, yeah, I think some months had passed, and I was watching a video, and Abba led me to that dude, brother Yerushalayim, and I had seen
Mm-hmm.
the identity of the Hebrews, secret identity of the Hebrews some years
Right.
ago. And when I seen that, that's what woke me up, man. It was like an instant light bulb went off in my head. You know what I'm saying? I said, man, so I had to call my Ak up and I had to apologize, bro. I humbled myself
Mm-hmm.
and I apologized to him. I said, bro, because he had already been praying for me. So I
Okay.
had called him up and I apologized to him, say, Aki was right, bro. You know, I was
Uh,
wrong, you know. And so from there, you know, I just kept seeking him and came into the truth, me and my Isha, and it's been history ever since. And I just been
how long has it been since like you learned about it?
um sheesh. I wanna say about 6 years, bro. Six,
Six
7 years,
years?
something like that. About 6 years, yeah.
Yeah, facts, facts. That's pretty much around the not seven, but I'm around that time too. Like
About
I
six,
came
seven
in.
years, man. I can't put a
Yeah.
finger on it, but about six,
Right,
seven
right,
years,
right.
something
Yeah.
like that, yeah.
So
You
was it
know,
like
time is
around like
flying
2016 type, 2015, 16?
around there, yeah.
Yeah.
Or
My,
probably a little after that, maybe.
yeah.
Probably a little after that, yeah.
Yeah, the Most High definitely put the spirit on the earth around that time. I've been talking to a lot of brothers, and there's a lot of us that came to the understanding in those couple years. You know what I'm saying? From like
Yeah, it was like
2014 to like 2017 was a
yeah,
big amount of us that came into the
yeah,
understanding. So,
it was like a breath of fresh air for me, man, and my shot. And it was crazy, because we was already, you know, we was keeping the Shabbat, you know, as
mm,
Christians, you know what I mean? And I was like, when I say Bible thumper, I was already like, I thought I knew, you know, okay, keep his law. So I was, you know, making sure I was keeping the 10, you know what I'm saying?
right,
But
right.
the other ones, I'm like, nah, bro, you ain't got to keep all them laws, you know? So I was going against
Yeah.
you know, the laws, you know what I'm saying? And so when I found out the truth, it was like, nah, I don't know what I'm talking about. And from there, that's when everything switched up for me. But we had already got rid of Christmas and all that stuff as Christians.
Mm-hmm.
We knew that was fake. Man, I used to suffer persecution from the Christians because they used to be like, bro, you being legalistic. You know what I'm saying? And I'll be like, nah,
Right.
bro, you don't know what you're talking about. You know what I'm saying? But it was just Yahuwah was trying to lead me to more,
To more, right.
to to more of what he was commissioning us to do, was keep his commandments for real and living, you know,
Yeah.
and not just part of them and thinking that I was I'm keeping the 10 commandments but I'm still eating pork chops, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, 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 for sure.
Yeah, no, it ain't, so
That's good because one thing that like kind of stood out to me what you were talking about was you saying how when you found out like okay this possibly is the truth you was able to humble down and tell your brother like man I'm sorry, you know what I'm saying, I wasn't listening, you know what I'm saying, and
yeah, yeah,
that's a big part of our repentance, you know what I'm
yeah, a
saying,
lot
to
of
be able to
times
humble down and
it's funny,
really
man.
go ahead.
Go ahead, I'm sorry. No, I'll
No, you
cut
good,
you
you
off. I keep on.
good.
You know, a lot of times, bro, a lot of times we don't know how to humble ourselves. And sometimes, man, you know, people hear the truth, but they've been so indoctrinated by lies, they hold on to the lies. And even when they hear the truth, they feel they don't want to be shamed, so they hold on to a lie rather than just, you know what, humble
Yeah,
themselves. Like, man, I didn't know what I was talking about. It's so easy just to let that thing go. Like, man, I really
yeah,
didn't know what I was talking about. You know what I'm saying? And just move on. But some people hold on to lies, bro.
yeah. And it most of the time it stems from like just having that pride. You know what I'm saying? That you were
It's
talking about,
pride.
because they
Hmm.
don't want to be wrong. You know what I'm
They don't
saying?
want to be
Because
wrong.
if
Hmm.
if they wrong about this, then maybe they wrong about something else. You know what I'm saying? And then maybe they wrong
Yeah.
about some more stuff. And you know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
That's one thing that our people, we don't want to be the ones to feel like, oh, we don't know what we talking about. You know what I'm
Oh yeah,
saying?
that you know our
So
people, bro. You know,
yeah, yeah,
hey, you know our
for
people
sure.
could be stiff necked, bro. You know,
Very stiff neck. Yeah,
we could be stiff necked, man, and Yahuwah knows that about us, you know. But you know that's why and that's the main reason why too Yahuwah gave me, and he gave me that actually when I was in Christianity, bro. Um, is become humble. You know, you got to become humble, bro, because you know
yeah,
we wasn't always humble, bro. You know, we've been stiff necked, prideful, you know, boastful. You know, you hear about the things that we not supposed to be like. You know, those are not the fruits of the spirit, but the fruits of the
right.
spirit, we got to have humility, bro, to even have his fruits of the spirit. You
Definitely.
know, to even love one another, we got to be humble, bro. And so
That's
that's
true.
that's
That's
very
so true.
important. And so that's the reason why he gave that to me, bro, because at the end of the day, man, we all have to be humble before him, bro. We all if we not humble now, we gonna be humble when he come, bro.
Yeah,
So
yeah, definitely. And if you don't know how to humble down now, it's gonna be very hard for you to actually humble down when it's that time to humble down.
exactly.
And
Yes, sir.
you don't want to be on the other side of that. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
So yeah. So speaking of becoming humble and everything like that, you started is it a label? To become humble music.
Actually, me and
Mhm.
my bro Yam, and he was, you know, that's my ock, man. I met all my brothers that I have currently now on became humble through my ock LRE. You know, my ock LRE was real close with my ock Zoo. And
Zoo,
so
right, right, right.
so one day we spoke on the phone, and I was like, man, this is a cool brother, you know what I'm saying? And we chopped it up,
Hmm.
and he sent me a song. And so he sent me a song, and I said, man, hey, you know what I'm saying? That song is cool, bro. You know what I'm saying? And at the time, he was in a other situation, a different situation. But when everything presented itself, it was like, I think Jan was the first person. It was like, hey, bro, I think I just want to drop on Became Humble if that's cool. And I'm like, man, it just made me light up, bro, because I was like, I never even looked at it like that. You know what I'm
Right,
saying? But
right, right.
hey, man, hey, you my bro. So, of course, because he was already
Yeah.
starting to mix my music and everything, you know. And so I was like, man, of course, bro, that's a blessing. And so from
Mm.
there, then Zoo came, and then my Miss Rock, you know what I'm
Right, right.
saying? Then my sis Tawab, and you know what I'm saying? So it's just, and then I got my, you know, my Obadiah, my Wu Biggin, which is a
Hmm.
Yahoo, you know what I'm saying? My Kafa, you know, these are all my bros, my real family, you know. And so it became humble. We like just, I don't like to say we like a record label. We just
Right, right, right.
we just do music for Abba Yahuwah, and you know, our mission statement is just you know, being humble, bro. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? Because I try to try everybody root before they even, you know, come on this side, because at the end of the day, like me and you talked about, it's really about being humble. So I don't
Yeah.
really make agreements with everybody, bro. I don't do music with everybody. I don't, you know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, it says try the fruit by the fruit. You
Yeah.
know, try the spirit by the spirit that's in you. You know what I'm saying? So
Hmm.
I have to make sure before I even do a song with you, that you know what I'm saying, that you are Abba, because not everybody that says, you know, Yahusha,
Yeah.
Yahusha is of him. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah, for sure.
um so yeah, so at the end of the day, everything happened organically with them. And so we
Hmm.
became real close, we family. And so we just look at Became Humble more like a family.
Like a family.
And so
Yeah, yeah.
it's the family. Yeah. So Yum, you know, he presented like, hey, bro, we should just, you know, we got the Became Humble film, so we should just do like a Became Humble music, and make a website and then get the music away. You know what I'm saying? And so
Right.
that's what we do. You know what I'm saying? We just
Oh, praise.
provide music for Abba Yahuwah, and it's free download. You know what I'm saying? You get it for free, and it's just to uplift our people. You know, and so you know, that's just where we at with it.
That's what's up, man. That's what's up. And that's another thing that I want to talk about. Became Humble Film. How did that start about? Was you like into like the I don't even know what the word is.
Videography.
Videography. Yeah. Right.
Yeah. So before this, man, when I was a Christian, bro, I was shooting videos for a lot of my friends that was Christian rappers, bro, because we used to do we used to perform and stuff at this spot called Club Judah, you know what I'm saying? And I knew a bunch of Christian rappers, bro. And so, you know, a lot of people be broke, you know what I'm saying? They be, making their albums, but they didn't have money to really shoot videos. So I would be, I bought me a camera and I started shooting videos for everybody and started editing the videos. And they was, they wasn't good like they are now, but I had a drive and I had an ambition to, make videos. But this go around, I was like, when Abba Yahuwah told me to write, when I came into the truth, it was like, I don't want to shoot my own videos or Abba, because before I was just shooting my own videos. I had a camera pointed up to my face, and I'm like, got the camera, I'm rapping, but I got the camera holding it. You know what I'm saying? You see that old video, you see that video, definition of religion. I did that in my room, and my daughter was holding the camera. You know what I'm saying? But I said, Abba, I don't want no mediocre videos no more where I'm holding the camera, because I wasn't, even though I had a camera, I had to shoot my own videos, and I didn't like that. So I said, send me somebody that can shoot, and he did. He sent somebody that's real good, man. My bro Alex, man, and he been shooting all my stuff, majority of my stuff. Some of the videos I shoot that that I can, like if I'm out of town, like Pour Your Living Water on Me, that was shot by me and my wife. Anuahyahu,
that's a good video too, man.
Yeah, Anuahyahu, his video's been shot by me. Tawab, most of her videos been shot by me and edited by me. So it's just we have a collective of, what I'm saying, of talented people. So we have, me, I can shoot, my bro Yam can shoot, he can mix, master, and then I got my bro Alex. So it's like a team. We work together.
Team. Yeah. It's always good to have a team when you trying to accomplish those type of goals, because it just makes everything a lot smoother. You know what I'm saying? Because you got a brother that can pick up the slack when you got something else that you got on your hands. So yeah. And one thing that I really applaud y'all for is, like, every time I seen y'all and the way that y'all deal with each other, it just seemed like a family. Like when I first seen y'all, I really thought that y'all was like kin. You know what I mean? Because it was like you could just see it. You know what I'm saying? When you see when y'all was with each other, that it just seemed like a family more than anything.
Well, that's how it really is, bro. Like me and Zoo, it's funny, man, because me and Zoo, his pops, man, we like ace. That's my ace, bro. Like his dad, and so. And me and Zoo, we both got the same last name, Pruitt. So when we first found that out, we was like, man, we both Pruitt. So his whole family Pruitts, and I'm a Pruitt. So it was funny because we was like, hey, bro, we might be really related, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because he from, his people from the South and my people from the South too. So we might be really related in real life anyway. But at the end of the day, we kin by blood. You know what I'm saying? And that's the blood of Yahusha. Yam is that's my dog. He on his way over here right now. I told him about the interview.
You told him about it? Okay.
Yeah, because I got his babies here, and so he's been in Cali right now, man. He leaving tomorrow. But these are my bros, man, and like my Miss Rock, he's supposed to be out here with me, you know what I'm saying? But he had to fall back this time, you know what I'm saying? So he in Atlanta, but at the end of the day, we all family. My sister Tawab, you know what I mean? She's out here. And very humble sister, Oh yeah, man. Hey, look, everybody loves my sister Tawab, man. Her music is amazing.
Her music is amazing, bro. I ain't gonna lie. I've been a couple of times. I've just been sitting there just just
Yeah,
relaxing and
it's
just
like
chilling on the Sabbath to that music, bro, because
it's
it's
like the
definitely
Hebrew.
uplifting.
It's a Hebrew Jill Scott. You know what I'm saying? So
There you
I
go.
got
There you go, right there.
okay, and then I got my Obadiah, man, and he's amazing, bro. And you ain't heard him
Hmm.
yet. I mean, you
Yeah, I
actually
was about to
have heard
say.
him on. Yeah, he's on my
Yeah.
last album.
Yeah, I was
You
about to
know,
say.
singing.
I knew I heard
Yeah,
seen that name. I was like, okay.
yeah, my Ak is amazing, bro. And so we trying to get finish up on his album so we can and
Hmm.
shock y'all with some new videos on him too.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, and then like I said, my Ak Wu, and he working on the album too. So we just trying to put it together, man, and have a variety of different talent for Abu Yahuwah, man, to glorify his name. So with praise, rap, all kind of different humble acts, and that's the
Hmm.
key. It's the humble humility. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because if you ain't humble, bro, you big headed and you just think, okay, I'm a rapper and I just want to be heard. Nah, this place ain't for you. We ain't
Yeah.
we ain't for you. You know what I'm saying? I'm just being honest. It's not for you. It ain't no hate, ain't no love lost. But if you're not humble and with the gift that Abba has given you, and you think it's about yourself, because see, a lot of people want to be seen. A
Hmm.
lot of people
Yeah,
want the
definitely.
flash and want to be seen, and they bringing that world into this thing here and thinking that Albie was pleased with that, but he's not, bro. He don't care about
Yeah.
the fact that we focus on culture and we focus
Yeah.
on how much fringes we got in our closet and how
Hmm.
good we look when we step out. You know what I'm saying? That's not something that he's focused on. He's focused on our hearts, and he wants us to have a repentant heart, bro. And be
Right.
humble
Right.
before him. You feel me? So
Yeah, definitely. I agree with you. It was a song. It was a song on your latest album, with the Ancient Path too.
yes, sir.
Yeah, it was a song on there where you were saying like on one of the tracks you were talking about how we are so caught up in the Hebrew culture, you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? And we not really paying attention to the spirit, you know what I'm saying? We're not really trying to learn the laws that ties into the fruit of the spirit, and but we
yeah.
we can rock our fringes, and we can um um that was what I was thinking. We can rock our fringes, and we can go ahead and keep all the high holy days, and all of these
Mm.
things. But you know, if you don't have that, if you don't have the spirit to love your brother, all of that stuff is for naught. You know what I mean?
And if you don't have Abba's root, man, it don't matter,
Yeah.
bro. At the end of the day, I was like that, bro. Yahuwah had to correct me. You know what I'm saying? I
Yeah.
was, I was, I left Christianity, bro.
Hmm.
Came into this walk here. You know, I started, smoking a lot of weed. You know what I'm saying? You got some, Israelites believe that that's okay. I don't agree with
Right.
that. I believe that that's from the enemy. You know what I'm saying? But to each
Hmm.
his own. Um, just I had the form of it, bro. You know what I'm saying? I wore the fringes, I wore the garments, I did all that. I kept the feast days, but inside of my heart, I was a whoremonger. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? I didn't have his root, bro.
Yeah.
And so it was one particular day I was praying to Abba. You know what I'm saying? I was praying to him in the shower, bro, and he came to me and was like, I have to confess all my crimes. Before I go,
Hmm.
this is before I first started doing a little music, like before I put out Humble Roots. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? I had
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
I had to really humble myself, bro, and confess all my crimes before him. See, a lot of us think, you know, that we gonna stand before him with all these things in our closet. That's not gonna fly, bro.
Hmm.
He wants us to be clean before him. We gotta wash before we come before Abba Yahuwah. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? We gotta be clean before him. So if we thinking that we just gonna hold on to some little secrets, he knows everything, bro. He
Yeah.
knows everything. And so he was, man, I was in the shower, bro, thinking I was cool. I was praying, but it was vanity. You know what I'm saying? I started praying, bro. And he started talking to me, bro. You got to confess all these times you did this, did that, and did that. You know what I'm saying? I'm just like, what?
Hmm.
He said, yeah, bro, you got to confess all these things. And I did, bro. And when I did, bro, I felt free, bro.
I
When I
completely
laid out before him,
understand.
I cried, bro. I cried, bro, and laid everything out to him. Told him I hated those things. See, a lot of times people don't understand even when he means, if you love your life, you'll for surely lose it. But if you hate it, you'll
Yeah.
gain life eternal. And all he means
Hmm.
is if you love your life, you don't really desire to be changed.
Mm-hmm.
And you name one person that love their life that desire to be, to change it. But if
Mm-hmm.
you hate your life, you gonna hate sin. You gonna hate doing the things that's wrong. You gonna hate the fact that you committing adultery. You gonna hate the fact that you coveting. You gonna hate the fact that you gonna hate it so bad.
Yeah.
You gonna wanna change.
Yeah, you're gonna
But
want
if
to
you love
change,
your
right?
but if you love your life, you're not gonna see nothing wrong with you. Oh man, I love my
Mm-hmm.
life. I'm cool.
Yeah, you're
Ain't nothing wrong with
comfortable.
me. I'm comfortable. Ain't nothing wrong with me. I'm straight. I'm
Mm-hmm.
I'm I'm, I'm
Yeah.
rocking his commandments. I'm doing all this. I could curse like a sailor. I could do all this, and I'm straight. No,
Yeah.
Yahuwah sees. He sees it.
I feel you. I feel you on that because it's been a couple times dealing with people, you know what I'm saying, and just realizing like some of our spirits just need to get that, you know what I'm saying? We need to get the most high in our spirit for sure. You know what I'm saying? Because some of the things that we do aren't adding up to scripture, ain't adding up to the
Mm-hmm.
commandments that he gave us. You know what I'm saying? And
Mm-hmm.
a lot of times some of it, I believe that it's because of the people that's before us that we
Mm-hmm.
seen, but then I also
Mm-hmm.
feel like sometimes it's just that sin that's within us that don't if we don't feel like it's wrong often it, you know what I mean, if we don't feel like it's wrong, then we won't change it. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But it'd be certain things like, for instance, eating pork. A lot of people look at that as just wrong. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? But if you have that in your spirit that it's not wrong, you're not gonna change. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
That's one of the biggest um strongholds on our people when they dealing with that. They don't look at it
Mm-hmm.
as wrong. They don't look at eating
Mm-hmm.
pork as wrong, so they don't want to change that because they're like, okay,
Mm-hmm.
what is this going to do to me if I stop eating it? But if we
Mm-hmm.
looked
Mm-hmm.
at, you know what I'm saying, lust like that, or if we looked at hatred like that, or if we looked at, you know what I'm saying, the other commandments that actually ties into how we live and conduct ourselves with our brothers and with our families, you know what I'm saying, and stuff like that, then we would change. But
We will
sometimes we
change,
just
bro.
we just look at it and be thinking, okay, well, I'm fine doing this. You know what I'm saying? I'm fine doing this. Yeah, it might
Mm-hmm.
be a scripture or two that say that we don't supposed to do it, but it's not completely condemning it, so I'm fine. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
And that's
We convince ourselves that everything's okay. And
yeah,
Abba Yahuwah wants to search our kidneys. He wants to see if we willing to lay those things at his feet. Because he wants
yeah,
us to lay at his feet, and he wants us to give all to him. Every burden, every hidden weight, everything that we think is okay. And we know it's not. You know what I'm
yeah. We
saying?
know it's
Because
not.
we're a firm believer that, Abba Yahuwah shows us all what's wrong with us. And
Yeah,
do we admit
definitely.
that? Do we really admit it? You know what I'm saying? No. But at the end of the day, he's coming for a people that's willing to lay it all out, lay at his feet, humble themselves, love him above all that we know, lift him up and not ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
I think the problem with some people who do music for him is they want to be seen, and he showed me
Yeah,
this before, like even myself, to warn me even in myself to not care about what I look like or this, that, and the third. You know what I'm saying? Because I used to
mm-hmm.
focus on that all the time, bro. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? When I slipped into when I told you I prayed and Abi who told me all that about confessing and all those things,
Mm-hmm.
I was doing things that were wrong, bro. I was caught up in vanity. You know what I'm saying? I was going to the gym twice a day. I had lost so much weight. I was, working out every day, just doing everything and getting the wrong attention
Right.
and it got to my head and it was like, Abba, you will humble me. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
I was at work and he and my back went out, bro, and I couldn't work out no more. I
Oh,
couldn't do
okay,
anything. And
man, that's crazy.
if you notice every video is like, man, especially during this COVID, I didn't put on weight, everything. But
Yeah.
Abba Yahuwah he showed me like, are you doing this for me or are you doing it for yourself to be seen? You
Mm-hmm.
care about me or lifting me up or are you worried about yourself? And
Yeah.
people seeing how you look, you know what I'm saying? And sometimes we focus on being seen before man,
Yeah.
bringing esteem to ourselves. And it's subtle, bro. It's very subtle,
It's
bro. Vanity
very
is very
subtle,
subtle.
very subtle.
Very subtle,
I've
bro.
had situations myself, like especially doing with the YouTube and everything like that, and you know what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
Brothers support me so heavy, but it's been times where I was like, I had to take a back seat. Like, man, I'm letting this. I'm letting this buzz get a little bit too much attached to my
Mm-hmm.
spirit, and I need to humble
Mm-hmm.
down and realize what I'm doing it for in the first place. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we got to
Because
remember, man.
it was never my mission. You know what I mean? If
Mm-hmm.
it was up to me, I wouldn't be doing none of this. But because the Most
Mm-hmm.
High called me to do this work, you know what I'm saying, and I have to be a humble servant to Him. You know,
Mm-hmm.
He put me on this path to reach His people. So that's what my
Absolutely.
job is. It's not to be seen of anybody. It's just to reach His people. So
Absolutely. I'm constantly reminding my brothers of this, because I know how subtle that spirit is, that spirit of vanity, that spirit of wanting to be seen, that spirit of one attention on yourself,
yeah,
that spirit of flattery. Because also people come with a spirit of flattery. They'll
yeah,
flatter you,
yeah. They
and that's
will.
not from Abba Yahuwah. At the end of the day, this is all for his esteem. This ain't for our esteem. So, Hashatan would even come in the form of flattery. Oh man,
Mm-hmm.
man, this is, and it's okay to esteem, what Abba Yahuwah is doing to somebody. That's okay, and acknowledge and encourage. That's okay,
Yeah.
but you know the difference between that and flattery. Because
Mm-hmm.
some people will come with flattering lips. You know what I mean? And we just got to pray for discernment to see those things, because this ain't about us.
Exactly.
This is about Abba Yahuwah. So I'm constantly on my brothers, you know, and my sister, even with us, in regards to what we even showing on the screen, because
Yeah.
at the end of the day, this is became humble. We're not here to puff ourselves up or make ourselves seem like we trying to be something we not, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what we aim for, and that's what I'm aiming for. So as a big brother to my bros and my little sis that love Yahuwah and doing the music for him, I still gotta, make sure I encourage them to walk upright. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And we sharpen one another.
Indeed, man. Indeed. Like I'm glad that y'all so tight like that we're when y'all see stuff in each other, y'all can speak up to each other and you know what I'm saying, deal with each other correctly. You
Man,
know what
that's
I'm saying?
important. That's
It's
important,
definitely
not because,
very important, man. It's very
man,
important.
if you have a brother, man, and he can't receive correction, then he's not a real brother. At the end of the
Yeah.
day, because a humble man that belongs to Abba Yahuwah is not easily offended.
Yeah.
So if any one of my brothers see anything that I'm doing that might be unseemly, please tell me. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because if I say I'm humble, I should receive that correction
Receive it. Yeah.
and walk upright after that. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, we all human. You know what I'm saying? So
Mm-hmm.
it's gonna be times where we might have to pull one another aside.
Yeah.
But we love one another as family. So at the end of the day, it should be no discord after that.
Yeah, you should look at it in love, not in hate. You know what I'm saying? And
Absolutely, absolutely.
a lot of brothers will look at it and despise a brother for that correction just because they trying to show him that true love. You know what I'm saying?
Oh
And
yeah, a lot of brothers will be
yeah,
like that, and I see it, bro. I can
yeah,
see it. Sometimes, I just don't speak on certain things, but I see certain things Abba shows me about
mm-hmm,
people, and what they struggle with, and I'm sure they probably see things what I struggle with. But at the end of the day, it's we all family. When it comes down to it, is my biggest thing is not giving Abba Yahuwah a black eye. If that makes sense. Because we are a
yeah,
representation of Him, right? So
mm-hmm,
if we represent Him and people see us behaving unseemly, they see us thinking we being flashy or doing
yeah,
different things, and they gonna look at that like, oh, that's okay.
and
And at that time, and Abba Yahuwah will
mm-hmm,
be like, no, I don't agree with that.
yeah,
So
exactly,
that's why I'm constantly trying to be mindful, because what Abba has showed me, we could bring this whole thing down because of, one person. You know, one
definitely,
person can bring your whole thing down, and the whole thing won't be blessed because of one person. If one
mm-hmm,
person allows that spirit to get in them, and we roll with it, you know what I'm saying?
mm-hmm,
We're not
yeah,
supposed to do that. If one person comes and that spirit gets on that person has to be corrected at the end of the day,
gotta be
because if not,
corrected,
they could bring everything down, bro. We supposed to be humble, right?
mm-hmm,
Meek spirited,
meek spirit, yep,
loving, you know. We supposed to have his fruits, we're not supposed to be men pleasers. We're not supposed to compromise. You know, just because we love one another, we're not supposed to compromise. But true love corrects. True love, you know, admonishes. You know, not saying that we just admonish each other all day, because that's not what happens. You know what I'm saying? Because we got love. We have a lot of, you know, we joke, we crack jokes on each other, everything. We brothers. You know, we you know. But at the end of the day, we still got to, you know, realize who we serving.
Yeah, it's not about, like, when you put it in your mind that it's not about you, and you instill that in you, that it's not about you, then that's when you start realizing that you serve someone above you. You know what I'm saying? So you have to answer to him at the end of the day. It was never about us. You know what I'm saying? And that's one thing I feel like is a hindrance to our people, because we're told by nature and by this world that it's all about you. Everything that you know is about you. Like, it's your life. You do whatever you want with it. You know what I'm saying? But it was that was never the case. You know what I'm saying? From the beginning. So,
man, we belong to Abba, bro. We are his possession. We are his prized possession. And some of us act.
He even gave us his name for that purpose.
For that purpose, and some of us act as though we're not his possession. Some of us wants to do what we want to do, and that's still the spirit of Hashatan, because that's what, do with thy will. You still doing what you want to do.
Exactly.
You know, at the end of the day, the times that like I told you about the weed smoke, when I was smoking weed, I remember the last time I smoked weed, bro, because it got to the point where Abba started convicting me, bro. Man, he was convicting my heart so bad, bro. Every time I would smoke it, bro, I'd go buy some weed, and man, he'd convict my heart. But the last time I did, bro, I think I went to the park and I smoked, and I came home and I was just bumping. I was bumping at my first mixtape. You know what I'm saying? I was bumping it, bro. And I remember I was just thinking about the next, you know, the video I'm gonna shoot. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then I kept hearing Abba saying vanity, vanity, vanity. You know what I'm saying? Because I was thinking about, oh, you know, how I'm gonna be dressed, and you know, how I'm gonna be, you know, and I just kept hearing him say vanity, vanity. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was all vain, bro. Like, it wasn't for him, bro. You know, and man, I went and flushed that stuff, bro. It was like, man, I'm not ever doing this again, bro, because he already been telling me to stop.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And he was showing me that, you know, because a lot of times people make excuses for it, but he was showing me that
it right there.
It intensifies everything that we're supposed to die to, because in the scripture it tells you we're supposed to die to the flesh, right? But what does weed make your flesh feel? It makes it feel good. You want to eat. It makes the way you know, the food tastes better. You know what I'm saying? You when you with your woman, you know what I mean, it makes everything feel better. It intensifies the flesh, bro. We supposed to die to this flesh, right?
Yep.
You know,
but
we want to feel good. You know what I'm saying? And we want to say it's from Abba. That's a lie, bro.
That's one thing. That's one thing that I've realized in this truth. Like, a lot of us try to use that as a scapegoat to continue in it, because they're so caught up in it. You know what I'm saying? And that's no different than what they do, what a lot of Christians do. You know what I'm saying? Like, for instance, pork. You know what I'm saying? God gave us that. You know what I'm saying? He said we supposed. You know, it's no different. Like, we try to find that excuse. And I'm glad that you brought up, you know, smoking and everything like that, because I know that that's on a lot of our people's spirits to do.
And it is, bro.
You know what I'm saying?
It is. And it is. And I might catch a lot of flack from this, bro. But I don't care, bro. Because at the end of the day, I'm here to serve Yawasap, man, and I'm not here to care about what people think. I love my brothers and sisters. Truly, I do. Like, I mean, I love them, bro. I wouldn't do this music if I didn't. But at the end of the day, Yawasap, he wants us to walk upright with him, bro, and not to walk in folly. We are a royal priesthood, bro. I mean, we gotta understand that. Exactly. We gotta understand what that means, bro. Like, we really a royal priesthood, bro.
A holy nation. We supposed to be separated from everything,
bro. I remember one time, bro, I was sitting. I went to, like, the weed store, bro. I mean, like the dispensary. And you know, I'm trying to, you know, convince myself, because I was, you know, Abba was still convicting me, bro, as I'm buying it, bro. And I'm going in, I'm standing in this long line, I'm seeing all these people, all different walks of life. everybody different beliefs. You know what I'm saying? Some people probably believe in Satan. Some people probably Buddha. But one thing we had in common, we was all sitting there buying some weed. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And Abba was like, this is no different than that thing where you say coexist. You know?
Yeah.
It seemed good, right? We gonna all coexist. We all getting along. You smoke weed, you know, we all, bruh, man, that
Great melting
thing's from
pot.
Hash,
Yeah.
bro. That thing's from Hashatan, bro. It's subtlety,
Mm-hmm.
bro. And we can't get caught up in these things, bro, because they not from Abba. It's not his way, you know.
Yeah.
And you know, Yahuwah said only a few people gonna really find it, bro, because only a few really have his root. You know, it's so many people, bro, have the culture, and you know, going back to what you said about the song, you know, yeah, that's something I used to struggle with, bro, and so many people, and that's what I see. It's so many of us that have the culture. We have that down pat, bro. We can
Down
we can
pack.
fix the garments up, you know what I mean? We can put fringes on it all, you know, the ZZs, all that, man, the head wraps, everything. But the spirit, bro, he wants the spirit to be clean, you know. You know, like the Pharisees, they clean the outside of the cup, right?
Right.
You know, they dress the part for everybody who looks at them. They look good on the outside, but inside he says filled with dead man's bones. You know, extortion and dead man's bones. You know, dead man's bones,
Dead
bro.
man's bones. Right.
No life. You know, and so that's what he sees when he sees someone like that. When he sees someone who dresses up and he say, man, he won't hate your feast days because, man, it's times, man, feast days, people smoking weed and drinking and carrying on as though like it's a big old party, bro.
Yeah.
And they're gonna be up for a rude awakening when he returned because that's not a vibe, bro.
That's not of him, right? It was one thing that he had gave me an understanding of when dealing with smoking and everything like that. And pretty much he was telling me like, what is the why? Like, why are we doing it? You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people use it, or they say the excuse for them using it is for stress, because they're stressed out, or because, you know what I mean, they wanna get away from their problems. But when you think about that, that's also idolatry, because now you are putting this substance. You putting this substance before you. Did you go pray and try to get that peace from the Most High? Did you try to take that stress away from, you know, fasting and you know, and trying to serve the Most High better? Did you look and try to learn the law to fix stress? You know what I'm saying, in those things before you went to this other substance?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, if you can use that as your excuse to get away from the Most High, you know what I'm saying, then that should be able to tell you right there that you're not with him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
he should have been the source of your peace. He tells you that I am your peace. It's written. It's written. You know what I'm saying? So we should be able to understand that and go and, you know what I'm saying, realize, okay, this is who I need to lean on. Not this weed, not the, you know, not this lust, not, you know, all of these different things that is a deception to us. You know what I'm saying?
Man, Brock Yahuwah, that's absolutely right, Aki, and that's what he was showing me. You know, I was trying to make excuses. And I need this to write. I need this to write. And I remember, you know, Yahuwah was telling me, he said, all the gifts you have is gifts that I've given you. You've been I put this gift in you. You didn't need weed to help you write.
Right.
You think that's helping you come up with the stuff that I'm pouring into you? You know what I'm saying? But we get so caught up, bro, with wanting to feel good. We make excuses, bro, for wanting to feel good,
excuses,
bro. Yeah, we want to feel. We want this flesh to feel good, bro. That's what it is. We want the flesh to feel good. We so used to the, you know, pleasing this flesh, bro, that we don't even know how to distinguish the fact that, man, that's Hashatan, bro, and he's in the flesh. He lives in the flesh. So if you please in the flesh, if you not walking in the spirit, then you walking in the flesh. If you walking in the flesh, then you gonna be one of the people he say, I don't know you.
Yeah.
This is fact. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, is 5 that was wise and 5 that was foolish. They was all waiting. They all had their garments on. They all was waiting. They all was ready to get married, right?
Yeah.
But 5 of them didn't have that oil, bro. Why is that? Because they was walking in the flesh. They didn't have his spirit. You know, and I see that with Yasharal. Man, we all waking up. It's people waking up, bro. But that's not, just because you woke don't mean nothing. Just because you saying you woke, just because you know who you are, that means something. No, bro. You know, the people that left Mizraim knew who they were. How many of them made into the promised land, bro?
Many are called, but few are chosen. You know what I'm
They got
saying?
picked off one by one because
One
they
by
didn't have his
one.
root.
Yeah.
They complainer. There was complainers. They
Mm-hmm.
didn't have his root. And the thing that gets me, bro, it's so crazy, bro. It's like, you know, you look at the spirit, you know, look at what he was saying spiritually, and you look at
Right.
like far as, you know, the bread. The bread is the bread of life, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yahusha is the bread of life, right? But they was like, we sick of this bread. We want
We
meat.
sick of this.
We want to eat meat.
Man.
What's meat? Meat is like representing the flesh. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? We don't want, man. We sick of this bread, man. We want meat.
Mm. That's
You
heavy.
know, at the end of the day, bro, that's how we all become. You know, but we got to desire his spirit, bro, and that's it. You know, when I started doing this, Abba Yahuwah told me that they was gonna hate me. I didn't understand what he meant by that, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Until a brother of mine, he said, bro, he said the reason why I feel like people gonna hate you, because then the bro was like a witness. He told me, he said, man, they gonna hate you, bro. I said, why? He said, man, because you're not talking about what these other brothers talking about. You talking
Mm-hmm.
about, you know, life. You talking about repenting. You talking about this. These other
Yeah.
brothers talking about how long their fringes is, how
Yeah.
you know how they dress. You know,
Mm-hmm.
we got to get away from that, man. We got to focus on the things of the spirit. We got to humble ourselves and tap into his root, because when we tap into our root, we gonna see that that's not of Abba, bro.
You got to think about the Book of Psalms, right? You know what I'm saying? Those was lyrics. You
Those
know
are
what I'm
lyrics,
saying?
bro.
Those are
Mm-hmm.
lyrics. How many times did David speak about a lot of the stuff that we speak about in our music?
Never, bro.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like,
Mm-hmm. And he was
most,
after you his heart.
yeah, exactly. He
Mm-hmm.
was always trying to give our people the understanding to that he loved the
Mm-hmm.
Most High, that he's doing this, you know, and
Yes.
everything. Like he had that humble spirit, and he
Mm-hmm.
put that in his lyrics. So it's
Mm-hmm.
always important to actually do that. You know what I'm saying? It's always important to it shouldn't be about you in the music because it
It's not
wasn't
about us,
about you
bro.
when he gave you the gift. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? It was for
He's
him.
watching too. Mm-hmm. And he's
Yeah.
watching us too to see how we gonna react when he give us, you know, the platform. He wants to see, you know, because that's gonna be held against us, bro, in that day.
Mhm.
If he put us, you know, to whom much is given, much is required of. So at the end of the day, if he put you in a position to share his word, and you become boastful, you become as though, you know, it's you and not him, then that's gonna be a big problem, bro. You know, that's a huge problem, bro. Because last time I checked, it's nothing that we do is through our own strength. Everything we do is through him.
Through him, right?
So he said, if you lift him up, it will draw all men unto you or to him. It says to him.
Yeah.
You know, so at the end of the day, that's what became humble was about. We about lifting the Father up and drawing all men unto him and not to ourselves.
Yeah. All praises, man. I'm
Honest.
glad that the Most High was allowing, brothers to understand this. You know what I'm saying? And,
Mm-hmm.
and really practice this. That's why I was like,
Mm-hmm.
I've been telling people all week, like, man, this is gonna be a good interview because
Mm-hmm.
this brother got a really good spirit on him, and I can tell that the Most High got the ruach in you. You know what I'm saying? And
Rock
you
you.
and you and you a humble brother. You keep it real. You know what I'm saying? You don't
Mm-hmm.
sugarcoat it. You know what I'm saying? And I was
Mm-hmm.
from day one when we first got up on the video chat and we was talking. I'm like,
Yeah,
man, this is a brother. Like I was even talking to my wife. I'm like, man, I already love this brother like a brother. You know what I'm
and
saying?
Rock
Because I
you.
could
Yeah,
tell. I could tell. Yeah,
we plan for life now, big bro.
for sure, for sure. Um,
Mm-hmm.
so let's talk a little bit about the music. You know what I'm saying
Mm-hmm.
that you've made.
Yes, sir.
You had an album that you dropped in 2010, 20,
Okay.
2000, 2010, whatever they want to call it. You know what I'm saying?
Well, hey, was
Uh,
that a Christian album?
I think it was your Christian album. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
But from there you transition into making Ancient Path, right?
No, I did Humble Roots.
You did Humble Roots first. Okay.
Humble
Did you
Roots was
drop?
first. Yeah,
Okay. So let's talk a little bit about the Humble Roots. For some reason, it's showing that you dropped them in the same year. So
yeah. I did Humble Roots first, and then I did Ancient Path. Then I did Ancient Path 2, which was some months back. So I have
yeah.
three albums Truth albums right now.
Right. Okay.
And I'm
So
working on the next one right now too.
look at this brother right here, man. I can't wait to hear it too. So
Yeah.
let's talk about Humble Roots.
Mm-hmm.
Where did you get the concept of Humble Roots from, and you know what I mean, like as far as the album name?
Well, I already, was, had to became humble, since for some years, bro. So the first Truth album I had, I just started working on songs. Once I told you when Abba was telling me to write, I just started writing songs. Excuse me, I started writing songs, and it was just, he was just giving me all the words to say, because before I write, I always pray, Abba, what do you want me to say? Give me the words to speak. And so he was, giving me all the words to say and stuff. And so I think it was like towards the end, like maybe the 8th song, it was like, man, humble roots, because I already had to became humble. So it's like, man, I'm just coming from humble roots, bro, because
Right.
It was pretty simple, bro. It just popped in my in my root. You know what I'm saying? This is gonna be called Humble Roots, and I just stuck with it, just rolled with it. But just thinking about the whole being humble thing,
Right.
because I ponder on that a lot. You know what I'm saying? And that's what Anuahyahu always reminds me of, is just to stay humble. Because if you stay humble, then you can accept, correction. You can accept, when you don't know everything. You can
Yep.
accept when you make mistakes, to humble yourself.
Humble yourself,
So
right.
oh yeah, so that was the first. That was like a mixtape, actually. I had considered that like a mixtape. So it wasn't mixed at all. I just threw together some songs, and recorded them, and didn't really mix it. Just put it out the way it was, and
Right.
started shooting videos on every, like, on the songs that was on there. And I think that's where people started hearing who I was when I started making the videos for that album.
Yeah, I think the first song that I heard from you, I believe, is off that album.
hmm
Signs of the
It was
Times.
Yeah,
Signs of the
it was
Times.
that was the first one. Yeah, the first one I actually did was actually the first song I did on that album was Amashada. We had shot 2 videos in one day. It was his spoken word that he did, and then I had did Signs of the Time. No, not was it Signs of the Times? Great Mystery. It was Great Mystery
Great
with
Mystery.
Free Brew. So we did that at the park. You know what I'm saying? And then from there I did Signs of the Times after that. Or no, was it 10 7 times 7? I think it was 10 7 times 7. I
Yeah,
think. And then
I think the first song that I heard from you was the Signs of the Times, and I
got it,
had
got
did
it, got
it. It's funny. It's so funny, bro. When I tell you the
Yeah.
story, you ain't gonna believe it. But
Yeah.
I tried to shoot this video so many times. The
Mm-hmm.
reaction to this video so many times,
Mm-hmm.
and every single time it just wouldn't work.
Are you
I
serious?
don't know. Yeah, I don't know why. Like it would record, and then one time it cut out. One time the camera went off. Like it was
Oh
just
wow.
always an issue.
Mm-hmm.
When I was trying to react to that song, and I'm like, man, why can I never react to the song? So when I got a new setup, I tried to do it again, and I forgot what happened, but it just would not happen. So I was like,
Wow.
you know what? I'm gonna bring this up to I'm gonna bring this up to him. You know what I'm saying? But I felt like because it was always where I was like, man, I'm gonna go ahead and react to this song one day, and
Mm-hmm.
I reacted to it, then that messed up, then I react to it again and it messed up. I'm just like, it's something about this song that's raising up the spirits to not let people hear this on this channel. So I was like, I'm gonna find a way to get it on there, and to this day, I'm gonna still figure it out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
To this day, I'm gonna still figure it out.
man, it's been crazy, bro, because I experienced like so much stuff, man, on my YouTube channel, bro. Shadow
Shadow
banning.
banning, yeah, we know.
Um yeah, they when I first came out with the Humble Roots, and it was like I was flying under the radar, basically. People was hearing of the music and the videos and stuff, and then all of a sudden, I wasn't able to promote anymore. They blocked me on Facebook from promoting. Instagram, I can't promote. my YouTube, the views went down like it was crazy. So I have been writing Facebook, writing YouTube, and they act like it's nothing. And then Facebook just stopped responding. But I know it's what they do when they don't want the truth to be heard. So even though we even faced with this opposition, even to this day, they still control the views. They still slow my page down, the best way they think they can. But I trust in Yawasap that it's still gonna get to whoever it needs to get to. You know what I mean?
That's it right there.
Oh yeah, man. They have taken videos down. They've done crazy stuff, bro.
I know. I already know because it didn't happen to me a couple of times. And when I first started doing these interviews, and people in the chat, they can contest to this. And I was doing my first couple interviews. I would do a test stream right before I would get on, right?
Yeah.
And every time I do my test stream, it'll work perfectly fine. I try to go do the actual stream and you know what I'm saying, have these interviews with brothers, and the mic wouldn't come on, or they wouldn't show up on my video, and like all these different things. And I'm just like, I had to rebuke them a couple of times, like, y'all know that y'all can't stop the Most High's work. You know what I'm saying? Y'all can't do it. So just go ahead and accept that we're gonna be on here on your platform. You know what I'm saying? Either that or take me off of it, because that's my purpose. You know what I'm saying? So when they realize, when I started rebuking them spirits, it started working every time. You know what I mean? So they know. You know what I'm saying? It's just,
they know. They absolutely know, bro. And it's shameful, bro, because I could be out here rapping about the craziest thing, bro. And they can promote it, bro. I can have booty shaking and everything else in my videos, bro, and I will have 1 million views. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But you talk about the love of Abba, and you get shut down. And
you know what's so crazy about that? My bad for cutting you off, but
no, you didn't cut me off. You good? Go ahead.
What's so crazy about that is, like, the scripture says we're gonna be hated of all men for Christ's name's sake. So it's like, when you think about it, for me, it uplifts me, because I'm like, okay, now I'm on the right path, because they don't like me. You know what I'm saying? They don't like what I'm promoting, what I'm doing. But if I was going to do anything else, everybody would love me. You know what I'm saying?
Come on, bro. Yeah, everybody would love you.
And it made me really feel special and set apart away from everybody else, because I know that I'm serving my purpose. You know what I'm saying?
You serving your purpose. Yeah. If they coming after you, bro, you serving your purpose. But if you loved by everybody, if your views is all the way up there, and nobody's saying nothing, and trust and believe it, bro, you're not doing something right. Because at the end of the day, Hashatan does not want the real truth to get out there. He does not want Abba Yahuwah's people to hear the fact that they have to repent, that they have to become humble, that they have to walk upright and righteous before Abba. We're not supposed to walk in lasciviousness and acting like fools. You know what I'm saying? They want us to sing like we fools, even with some of the stuff that they were allowed to be promoted. You see some of these camps, and they put videos out. They might have 1 million views, but they talking about foolishness. You know what I'm saying? But they want us to look like fools, because they want to put us all in the category as being fools, and that we are this hate group. You know what I'm saying? That hates everybody.
That's the mission. You know what I'm saying?
It's an agenda. It's an agenda.
While they're creating the narrative of us being a hate group, they bringing the hate to the real ones that's trying to do right.
Exactly,
you know what I'm saying? That's what it is.
So either what it's going to do is going to make you hateful like them, or it's going to make you so turned off from even this walk that you're going to turn away from even wanting to learn about Yahuwah and his laws. You know what I'm saying? You're going to be like, man, this ain't for me, bro. You know how many Christians that know that Christianity is fake, but then they see the Hebrew Israelites and they like, man, I ain't going to that though.
Can't go into
that. You know what I'm saying? I can't, man. That's just some crazy stuff, bro. And so it causes like a divide, like, you know what I mean? And so it's like, it's no different than what Abba Yahuwah says, it's better for you to put a millstone on your neck and cast it into that ocean, than for you to harm one of these little ones. And we harm them by the stuff that we say, by the stuff that we give them.
The stuff that we do, stuff that we teach. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely. So these are his children, bro. So we got to be responsible for correctly planting seeds and correctly watering, and that's all our job is to do, is to plant and water, and he gives an increase. but we got to do that in a way that's beneficial to the whole body, not
Right.
to, uplift ourselves or, make it seem like we the only ones gonna make it and all that stuff, bro. Because that's just a lie.
Yeah, for sure. One thing that really stood out to me about your music is that you speak about repentance so much. You know what I'm saying? And you,
Mm-hmm.
but at the same time, you also draw a lot of attention to our walk. You know what I'm saying? And the things that we should do through our walk, the way we should treat each other, the way we should, live amongst each other. You know what I'm saying? In the music. And when I first started listening to your music, I'm just like, man, this uplifting my spirit. But not only is it uplifting my spirit, it's making me want to seek those things. You know what I'm saying? Those type of spirits, and that's I feel like the difference between you and a lot of other artists is that you're teaching us in the music. You know what I'm saying? How to do it, and you telling us like, okay, you might have this, but you got to start thinking about this. You got to start focusing up on this. You know what I'm saying? And it's drawing that attention back to us, to that repentance, the true repentance, not just talking it.
That's what it's for, Aki. The music is for, changing. It's for us to be changed, bro. Like, we make soul food music. We don't make fast food music that's gonna go in one ear out the other. Next month, you waiting for another album. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a performer. Like I told you, this is the first interview I did. How long I've been doing this music? This is the first interview, bro, I did. And the truth music. Because I don't care about being seen like that. I don't, although I'm doing videos and all that, I don't be doing shows and all that, bro. It ain't about. I'm not saying that that's a horrible thing to do shows, but it's not. I've done a gang of shows when I was a Christian rapper, bro. We used to be, and I used to see how brothers used to sit up and just talk about each other and be sitting there like, well, yeah, man, he ain't doing. It was just lasciviousness, bro. So at the end of the day, I just do music for the people, man, to uplift their spirit, bro, and to minister to their root, bro, to talk to their spirit, bro, because, and I'm talking to myself as I'm doing this, bro. Like when I did Signs of the Times, bro, I was coming from a repentant place, bro. When you listen to that second verse of Signs of the Times, bro, I'm really like talking about myself. What Abu had told me before, I had to confess all my crimes and do all these things. I'm talking about that time, that moment of time when I had to repent before him, bro, when I had to lay at his feet and cry out to him, bro. You know what I'm saying? And it wasn't a pleasant thing, but it felt good after it was done. So at the end of the day, our music is supposed to uplift our people, bro, not to dress them up, bro, and they still got stuff going on inside themselves, you know. It's okay to understand your culture. That's cool. Just like it's okay to work out. It's profitable, but it profits a little bit. But what profits more? The root, man. If we lift up, if we exercise our root, you know what I'm saying? And the spirit, and walk in that spiritual man, bro, then you really doing something.
Let's talk a little bit about the Ancient Path album 1. You know what I'm saying? The first Ancient Path, right? What was your inspiration for the Ancient Path, and all of the tracks that you created on that?
Oh man, I caught flack from that. I caught a little flack from my Free Brew. He said, "Dang, you giving them too many songs, bro." Dang, bro, you giving them like a whole like smorgasbord of songs, and I just be writing, bro. And so but the Ancient Path album came from like just learning from a good elder, a father figure, you know what I'm saying, and just just talking about getting back on the ancient path, bro, which is the old ways that we knew, and getting off this getting on the ancient path and getting away from this new way of Hebrewism that we think is cool, you know what I'm saying, but getting really on his ancient path, Aki, you know what I'm saying, and just and that's a part of being humble, bro. That's a part of being humble and not making agreements. We had the conversation before the other day, and it was like how I was telling you, bro, like not making agreements with everything. We so quick to make agreements with everything, bro. And Hashatan wants us to make agreements with everybody we meet. Oh man,
Yeah.
okay, yeah, I'm gonna do that, big bro. You know what I'm saying? I got you.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? But in your spirit, you really don't feel that you should be doing that. You know what I'm saying? So it's always good to pray
Yeah, definitely.
and not just make agreements with everything, because Hashatan could be crouching at the door waiting for you to
Yeah.
make that agreement. We got to pray before we do anything, bro.
Yeah.
Yahuwah's supposed to go before us, right? So,
Yeah.
but the Ancient Path album, man, was inspired by that, man, just because we was on the Ancient Path series, in Bible study, and so we had been talking about the Ancient Path, and so
Mm-hmm.
I said, okay, I'm gonna name my album Ancient Path because it was so meaningful to me to understand and to walk on this ancient path that, I said, okay, I'm gonna name this, my album.
That's fire because when I first heard it, I'm like, I ain't never heard nobody say it like that. You know what I'm saying? But I understood what you meant by ancient path. You know what I'm saying? That
Mm-hmm.
the ancient, the old ways that we live. You know what I'm saying? The
Mm-hmm.
narrow path. You know what I'm
The narrow
saying?
path, yeah.
We didn't have big ways and different type of
Yeah.
things. Like it was straight forward. You know what I'm saying? And
Mm-hmm.
that's what we stuck
Mm-hmm.
with. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? We
Mm-hmm.
didn't have no room to veer off. You know what I'm saying? You veer off, you gonna fall by the side. You know what I'm saying?
Man, you better say it, Aki. You better say it, bro. Like
For
all of
real.
our, patriarchs or our ancestors, man, that walked up right with Yahuwah, they was all on the ancient path. Abraham,
Mm-hmm.
Isaac, Jacob, Moses, they was all on the ancient path, bro.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like it's a few, you know what I'm saying? Not everybody's on that ancient path, bro.
Right.
Some people on the broad path and they believe that they are on the ancient path, but you got to really examine yourself. That's why the scriptures
Yeah.
tell us to examine ourselves. Ask Abba to search our kidneys to see if are we really on this ancient path.
Right.
This is really like important, bro.
Yeah,
You
it's
know,
definitely important, especially now.
yeah. Man, it's
Especially in
so
the times that
important,
we
bro.
in now. It's like
Man,
we see all of the signs that the Most High has given us to let us know
mm-hmm.
that it's very close to the end. You know what I'm
Man, it's
saying?
so close to the end,
So
bro.
yeah, there's no time to be trying to look back. You know what I'm saying? There's no time to be trying to give ear to, you know what I'm saying, our flesh. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
We have to start really considering. You know what I'm saying? Like you
Yes, sir.
said, like the scriptures say, we have to start examining ourselves. You know what I'm saying? Because
We
that's what it's
have to,
about.
bro. We have
That's
to.
really
It's
what it's
important,
about.
bro.
You know what I'm saying?
It's very, very important, bro, that we examine ourselves, that we look at that mirror, bro. Yeah, that mirror
Yeah,
talk, my bro
that's
Zook
out.
always say, yeah, you gotta have that mirror talk, man. I gotta look at myself in that mirror, bro. You know what I'm saying? And
Right.
examine myself to see if I'm walking upright with Abba.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man. Don't be having that magic mirror either, man, where you can see
Yeah,
what you want to
yeah,
see. You know what
yeah,
I'm
yeah, yeah, yeah.
saying?
Right. Yeah.
We having that magic
Mm-hmm.
mirror. Uh,
Fact.
so it's a couple tracks up on here that I kind of want to talk about, man. Um,
Mm-hmm.
the Ancient Path intro was real good, but I think the first like I listened to it all the way through. That Latter Rain,
Mm-hmm.
that song. Talk to us a little bit about that song and everything.
Yeah, that song is basically just talking about Abba Yahuwah and his latter rain. I think at the end of the song I talk about what's going on in the black markets. I believe I talk about,
Mm,
how they still in what do you call it, organs and stuff, organ
yeah,
smuggling and all that stuff. Yeah. I touch on a lot of things, bro, but it's just really crying out to Abba Yahuwah to have his
yeah.
latter rain, to be um just waiting on Abba Yahuwah latter rain to change all this madness, bro.
Mm-hmm.
When you see everything that's going on around us, is really nothing we can do, but
Yeah.
pray and just cry out to Abba Yahuwah. And I believe that's what he wants from Yasharah, is to cry out, right? And,
Mm-hmm.
he wants
Yeah.
us all to cry out to him and you know, and seek his face daily, bro. So many things happening to us, but these are all promises that he said it will happen to us because of our disobedience. But
Yeah.
that particular song was just, just crying out to Abba Yahuwah, about, giving us his latter rain that he
Mm-hmm.
promises what he's gonna give to Yasharal. That's pretty much it.
Um, and I gotta talk about it because it was something that was real interesting to me about how you always start your verses off with
Total album.
Toda Abba. Yeah, yeah, man. That's
Mm-hmm.
explain to the people what Toda Abba means, and you know what I mean, why you put that in the beginning of your songs.
I put that on the beginning of the song. I started doing that, I think, early. I think Ancient Path, I believe, my first album, I started, saying thank you, Abba. Just thank you,
Mm-hmm.
Father. And the reason why is because nothing that I nothing that I come up with is from me. And I can't say I
Right.
come up with it, it's from Abba because I
Yeah.
pray. I might
Mm.
get a track and the track moves me. I ask Abba Yahuwah to give me the words to say.
Mm.
So if it's him that's pouring into my little empty vessel
Right.
and I'm giving him thanks, right? I give thanks because
Yeah.
man, sometimes, bro, I listen to old songs because I don't really listen to myself a lot, bro. I don't really
Mm.
listen too much to my music, you know what I'm saying? Unless I did something new, and then I might
Yeah.
listen to it to hear what I can do better, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
But other than that, I don't really go back and listen to. I can't tell you the last time I actually played, Humble Roots or the Ancient
Mm-hmm.
Path, you know what I'm saying? Because
Right.
I usually listen to like maybe my brother Yam, my brother
Mm-hmm.
Zoo, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? LRE, man, and he was in heavy rotation. I'll be
Yeah.
playing his music,
Yeah.
you know
He
what I'm
been having
saying?
them
But
bangers too.
yeah, so but I think Yahuwah put it on my root. It was just me, like, man, give thanks to Abba Yahuwah to everything you do, every song that you do. Give
Mm-hmm.
thanks. My Akafa was telling me, he said, bro, I don't know how you do it, bro, but you put Total Abba in every
Yeah.
song, man. That's hard, bro. I don't know how you continue to do it and
Yeah.
make it work,
That's what I
but it
was thinking.
works, bro.
I'm like, it worked every
Yeah,
time. And like,
every
I
single
was listening
time.
to him, and I was like, man, he say this every single verse. Like, I'm really
Yeah.
thinking like, but then I was like, you know how when you listening to an artist, and then like
Hmm.
before they get on the track, they probably say their name and stuff like that. And
Hmm.
I was like, man, that's humility right there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
you it's not like from the beginning of your verse. If you know that it's not about you. You know
It's
what I'm
not
saying?
about me, bro. It's total.
With the
Yeah, it's
music,
giving.
yeah.
Yeah, it's giving.
Thank
It's
you,
saying
Abba,
to
for
Abba.
allowing this. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I think
I
I'll
was
be
like,
whore.
that was definitely that's definitely something that I was like, oh man, like I would have never expected to hear somebody like, because I wouldn't you call it like an ad lib, but like you
Mm-hmm.
know, I know a lot of people say that they pray. A lot of people pray before they make music and stuff like that. But to hear
Mm-hmm.
that in a song, you know what I'm saying, really gives the listener the feel that like, man, this is, you know what I'm saying, this is of the Most High. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Because it's like
rock you,
he never really wanted it to be about him by even putting that in the
bro. I wasn't
beginning
even
of the
trying to
track.
do this, bro. I wasn't even
Yeah.
trying to do. I was trying to fall back, and Abba Yahuwah was like, right. I kept hearing him
Hmm.
one night, like, right, right, like, right,
Hmm.
and I'm like, man, like, he tell me to write, and so I just started writing, bro. I started writing what was coming to me, what he was giving me to say. But man, I don't care about doing shows, bro. I don't care about doing none of that stuff, bro. I don't even care about doing interviews, bro. Like I told you when
Right.
you asked me to do an interview a minute ago,
Yeah.
I don't desire to be like all in the limelight like that, bro.
Yeah.
And I think that's why Abba Yahuwah has put me in the position that I'm in, bro, because I really don't care about being seen like that, although I do
Hmm.
the music videos because I know it's like it helps our people,
It's
it
for our
encourages
people.
them. It's for our
Yeah.
people. And so Abba Yahuwah shows me that. But at the end of the day, bro, it's not about me. At the end of the day, Yahuwah shows me it's all about him. It's only a thing to him. And so I try to be careful even the stuff I even put on the camera because I don't want anything to be misconstrued as I'm trying to bring attention to myself in
Hmm.
any way, shape, or form. My Kafa was telling me, and I didn't notice this about myself. He said, bro, every time you doing like a video, bro, you be looking down, bro. You be just looking humble, bro. I'm telling you, bro,
Yeah.
man. You know what I'm saying? My Kafa from the street, so he
Right.
talked like a street dude. He like big bro, but man, I'm telling you, bro, like, yeah, man, you just be looking down, bro. And man, that's real cool, bro, because you just look humble. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I said, bro, I don't even notice I do it, but at the end of the day,
Right.
because I don't really care about, you know, being seen like that, bro.
Yeah. You could easily be up in the camera, like, you know what I mean? You
Oh
know,
man,
but
just you know what I'm saying, just just doing the whole, you know,
right.
staring
You
all at the
know,
camera
yeah.
lens and yeah. But nah, man, it's
P Diddy
bro.
style, you know.
I'm not a rapper, bro. I'm just here to deliver messages from Abba, and that's it. You know.
Nah, all praises, man. All praises. Um, another song that I really enjoyed off the album was "Beautiful." You know what I'm saying? I like that song, and obviously the "Pour Your Living Water." Now that was the first song that I actually
Mhm.
did a reaction to. That was the
Yeah, I
first song
remember
that
that. Yeah,
the one that I
yeah, I
actually was
remember.
able to post
Yeah.
because I did the Signs of the Times. But
Yeah, I
man,
remember that.
yeah,
Yeah,
that song was yeah, that was a real good
yeah,
song.
that was just a that was a cool song, man. I had you had gave me to this little slow beat, you know, and
Mm-hmm.
uh and it was crazy because me and my wife we was visiting Virginia. Actually we was on our way to Passaic.
Mm-hmm.
We was on our way to Passaic, and we went to Virginia first to stay in my auntie's house for a little minute, and you know that was her backyard. So you know I had brought my
Mm-hmm.
camera and everything. So I told my wife, man, you know what? We should just shoot "Pour Your Living Water" on me. So we just
Right.
woke up that morning and just started shooting the video, and it just came
That's
out
what's
cool.
up.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I think I shot that and "Put Your Hands Up" with my Zamari Yaron
Mm.
Zamar. Yes. We I did "Put Your Hands Up." He wasn't in the video, but he did the song with me. I did that
Yeah.
like that weekend, 2 videos in like one weekend.
That's
But
what's up. Man, and I love the fact that you and your wife y'all do that, you know, together and stuff like that.
man, look, if I don't have nobody
Yeah,
to hold that
man.
camera, bro, you better believe she gonna be holding it. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
what's up, man.
You know,
Yeah.
she my rear, bro. So if I don't have nobody to hold the camera, she knows. I've taught her what to do. You know, when she
Hmm.
holds the camera and how to move, camera movements and everything.
Right.
So you know, we can get some good shots and stuff like that.
You hear that? We're gonna have to get you. We're gonna have to get this way.
Hey,
No,
you guys are one. You
yeah,
work as a
she know
team,
how to
man.
do. She know how to work all of this stuff too. She got some work to do. You know what I'm saying, to
Yeah,
get it 100%. But yeah, definitely
yeah, you work
gotta.
as a team, man. So it's
Yeah,
all
man.
good. Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's beautiful. And then we want to talk a little bit about your last album, Ancient Paths 2. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Yeah.
Toda Abba. You know what I'm saying?
Total
Um,
ain't crap.
Toda
Yeah.
Abba. So, um, is the reason why you put the Toda Abba is just to remind people like it's all thanks to Abba for allowing you to walk on the ancient path? Was that how the title was supposed to be meant?
I believe I added the Total Alba. It was Ancient Path 2, Total Alba. That and then also too, a few people have hit me up and you know, they hit me up in Messenger and be like, "Hey, Ak, I noticed how you always say Total Alba, man. That's really dope,
Yeah,
bro." You know what I'm saying? And
man.
so I was like, I said, okay, I'm gonna name it Ancient Path 2, Total Alba. You know, because you know
Mm-hmm.
people recognize once they listen to the music that you know that I started off with Total Alba. So
Yeah.
it just felt right to say call it Ancient Path Part 2 and
Right.
Total Alba. You know, although you're gonna hear me saying that in every song,
Right.
even
You're gonna hear it.
after these
Right.
albums, you're gonna hear it.
Right.
But at the end of the day, it's thank you, Alba. You know,
Hmm. Yeah, man. I always gotta give thanks.
always,
Because we would not be here without them. You know what I'm saying? We wouldn't be here. We wouldn't
man.
even be in half the positions that we in without
Bro,
the Most High. So
sometimes I listen to some of the songs. When I do go back and listen to, um, I'm like, dang, bro, like how did that come out of me, bro? Some of the
yeah.
stuff that I hear, that's how
Hmm.
I know it's from Abba, bro. Because like I told you before, I don't listen to the music all the time, but when I
Right.
do, it's like, dang, bro, like wow, you know what I'm saying? And I
Yeah.
marvel sometimes what Abba Yahuwah pours in, because it's all His root. It's not
Hmm.
me, you know. I'm content with just my flesh is content with just chilling with my family, and
Hmm.
And I try not to write when it's me. If I'm forcing something, like if I'm
Yeah,
not
yeah,
hearing
yeah.
or feeling like writing, I just don't write.
Mm.
But if Abba is moving me to write something, I'll write.
Well, he must be
You
moving
know,
you a lot. You talking about dropping another album and stuff.
it's gonna be a while, man.
Okay.
We got an album. Me and Yum, we got an album. He got an album coming out.
Mm.
So shout out to my Ak Yum.
Yeah,
He
I've been
got
wanting
a
to hear some more Young. I'm not gonna lie.
yeah,
Not
he
gonna
got an
lie.
album.
Yeah.
He got an album. He dropping. It's gonna be real dope. It's real
Mm.
dope. We got a dual album we doing together, me and Young. It's a dope album too. My
Name?
Zoo.
Got name? Got name?
We don't have a name for our album yet. We're still looking
Okay.
for a name. We still looking for a name for our album. My bro album is called Dedication. Yum
Mm.
album is called Dedication. Then we got Zoo. He got Preparation 2 coming with
Mm.
LRE. Hopefully that'll be done. My sister Tuab, she's working on some new stuff, and then my Akamashada, we was together last night, man, chilling. My Akamashada coming out with another amazing album, spoken word
Mm.
album. And like I said, my Akam Obadiah, he got an amazing album, bro. Singing, bro. He going like, man, this
I'm gonna have to
this
check
this
them out. Definitely gonna have to check them out.
man, bro. It's amazing, bro. And then my Agwu Big, and he got a soulful type, like praise album coming. And then my
Mm.
Akafa, he more like the gangster on Became Humble. He like the West Coast,
Right, right.
you know, um, but he loves the word. He loves Abba Yahuwah with all his heart, and that's my bro. And
Mm.
he got some cool music coming, man. So we got some stuff coming, man. We just gonna continue to work until this day. I heard a female say something crazy. My Akamashada had posted that we were shooting a video, and she
Yeah.
got on his post and started saying crazy stuff like, yeah, we shouldn't be this times we living in so crazy. What you doing shooting videos and now?
Yeah.
And I just ignore stuff like that, bro, because at the end of the day, we supposed to continue to tarry until he comes.
Yep.
I don't fear all this stuff that's going on. I live in
Mm.
perfect shalom until Abba Yahuwah stops me from doing this. I'm gonna continue to do it until I got breath. My breath is gone,
Yep.
and I don't continue. I don't foresee my breath leaving my body. You know what I'm saying? Anytime soon. So at the
Mm.
end of the day, I'm here to serve Abba Yahuwah and give his people music.
Yep.
And that's my gift. In this body, we all got different gifts, different talents, and this is my gift. So um,
Fulfill that purpose.
I gotta fulfill the who was set before me, bro.
Yep.
All of
I
us do.
understand that. Yeah, for sure. There's
Mm-hmm.
been a lot. I've been hearing a lot of stuff similar to those things as well. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Mm-hmm.
especially when like, I don't know if you heard about it, but all the Instagram stuff happened, and they were talking about they. I'm like, we gotta also realize that it's our people out here needing a visual. Like our people are
Mm-hmm.
out here needing to see this. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
The
Mm-hmm.
only most of us, the only reason why we came into it is because we had somebody that was either there with us to teach us or we
Mm-hmm.
seen it. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So it's gonna be some of us that's gonna get woke up from what they see. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You even said that it was a brother that was talking to you, but then you didn't really understand it until you watched the video. You know what
I
I'm
didn't
saying?
understand it till I watched the video. You're right.
So it's going we're gonna have to be here and you know what I'm saying, do what we gotta do to give the nation what they need. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like the scriptures say,
Absolutely.
without a vision the people perish. You know what I'm saying? We have to be able
Mm-hmm.
to see something. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying, for us to come back. So yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that's you know what I'm saying. So let's talk about Total Abba
Mm-hmm.
a little bit.
You said you
So
wanted to say
it's
something. You want to ask about beautiful or something. You said too,
Oh
or
yeah. I was asking how did that song come about? Because I ain't gonna lie, like that's one of my favorite songs
it was fun. It
off
was
that album. Yeah.
yeah. Okay, so what? That's Ancient Path 1, right?
Yeah, that's
So
H Path one,
um, that was the last. That was the last song I had did all my features. And then I had realized, I said, you know what, I ain't got a song with my RighteouZ on here. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I was like, man, let me listen to some beats. Cause you know, my RighteouZ he's actually one of my favorite rappers. Him, my bro Yam.
Yeah.
You know, I listen to their music, you know what I'm saying? And so I said, okay, now I gotta get something for Zoog on here. So I had the beat and I just wrote some stuff and I sent it to him, and my eye was like, ooh, like, man, this you know what I'm saying? We gonna get on this, bruh. So he came back like the next day. He came back, he laid his verse down real cool. And then it's crazy because we just, put the video out like was about 8 months ago, something like that. I forgot. We put the video out, but he actually was telling me to put the video out. I said, bro, we ain't gotta put the video. It's an old Ancient Path album. You know what I'm saying? And he was like, no, bro, we gotta shoot. People love that song. We gotta shoot the video for it, bro. And I'm like, I listened to him when he came to Cali. I listened to him and he was right, bro. We did the video for it, and people love the visual. They still comment on it to this day, like, man, I love this song. I love it, bro. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, when I first heard it, I'm like, because I think I heard it straight off the video. You know what I'm saying? And I did a reaction to that one as well. And I was like,
I
man,
remember that. Yeah,
the song and the visual, it matched so perfect. It was like pinpoint. You know what I'm saying? But I love the message behind it as well. You know what I'm saying? And I talked a little bit about it when I was doing the reaction and stuff like that. But it was a great message in the music as well. So definitely a nice track. But yeah, let's talk a little bit about the Ancient Path too. It's probably gonna shock you, but my favorite song off the track isn't even a song. It's one of the interludes that you had on there, and you was just talking. I think it was let me see. I got it right here. I think it was an interlude where you was talking. Was it giving thanks? Was that an interlude?
Yeah, that's the interlude.
Okay, that might have been the one. And
that's funny, man, because my Agyam, he look. So this past Sakut, I wrote the majority of that album at Sakut. You know what I'm saying? I went to Sakut and I started. We was in Georgia. And I started writing. And my Agyam, he's, from Atlanta. So, he got a studio. So I started, I was leaving Saku, going to his house, and we was just recording. And I had that beat. I said, I'm not even gonna do a song to this. I'm just gonna talk to my people over this beat. And Ak was like, no, bro, no, you gotta rap, bro. I said, man, I'm always rapping, bro. Like, sheesh, bro, let me just talk to the people, bro. Encourage people. He said, man, I don't know, man. Every time I hear that, bro, I just feel like you should be rapping on it, bro. I said, nah, bro, I'm just gonna talk, bro. And so that's what I did, man. We just cut the beat on and I just started talking to the people, man, trying to encourage, Yahuwah's people, man, to just not give up and to continue to press on, bro.
I forgot exactly what you said, but it was something like I was listening to the album while I was at work the other day. And it was something that you said in the in that interlude that just stuck in my spirit, and I couldn't stop hearing it. Like it just kept. It was like on repeat, and I was like, man, that's something that our people really need to take heed to. You know what I'm saying? So, and then like after after listening to it, I'm just like, man. Like I was expecting, I'm waiting on you to start rapping on it and everything like that, but you talking through the whole track, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. I'm like this right here, it kind of gave me J. Cole, when he did the little interlude thing, I forgot what it's called.
I really don't know.
Yeah. Well, he did a song, but an interlude where he was just talking on it, but he was talking real life stuff. You know what I'm saying? But it kind of gave me that kind of vibe of where it was something that people need to hear. You know what I'm saying? But it was in the middle of the music while he was listening to it. And I was like, man, this is something that I would just listen to that. You know what I'm saying, and
Yeah, yeah.
be satisfied. So in the spirit. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, man,
Rock your
that
Yeah,
was a
no,
it was a good piece.
yeah, when I heard it, man, Anuahyahu didn't give me anything to write to it, but just
Yeah,
to talk, And I just like, man, I'm gonna put this in the middle of the album and just talk to the people, man. And it's more or less like a thank you for listening to me, listening to what
yeah,
Abihu is speaking to me, bro. Because not everybody has an ear to hear. Not everybody want to hear
yeah,
Dimitri Pruitt.
yep.
I'm not on everybody radar like that. You know what I'm saying? So if you are on here listening, it's more or less just giving thanks to those who came on just to support. And any of those people who are even here or listening now, I just want to thank y'all, man. Because at the end of the day, um, man, I love y'all, man. Y'all really, really, really support me, bro. You know what I'm saying? And I
Mm-hmm.
appreciate that. I don't do this for money because I don't get paid from it. You know,
Mm-hmm.
I thank Abba Yahuwah that he provides a means to continue to get stuff done.
Yeah,
Because these things cost. But at the end of
yeah,
the day,
definitely.
Yahuwah he provides. But I just thank you. I thank all the people who listen and who have an ear to hear and who have eyes to see. I get encouraged from those things, and it keeps me going. I get
Yeah.
people hit me up from like all over the world, like, "Hey, bro, man, I heard your album, man. Is beautiful, this, that, and the third to
Mm-hmm.
help my marriage." And I heard all kinds of crazy stuff, bro. But it's like crazy in a good way. Like
Yeah.
it healed my marriage, or man, it helped me to not get divorced, and it helped me. I've heard so many good reports,
Mm-hmm.
so I know it's for a reason. And
Yeah.
my wife told me we was watching this documentary before, and it had something to do with these children in Africa and
Mm-hmm.
how their parents had died of HIV, AIDS or whatever.
Right.
And so my wife, she has a very sensitive root, so she was crying and everything, and when she seen it, was very very sorrowful, whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So at the end of this little documentary we was watching, she was like, "Man, what can we do? What can we do for these little children? You know what I'm saying? To help in
Mm-hmm.
some type of way." And so Abba Yahuwah was reminding her when she went to sleep. She was like, he was just reminding me that that's what I use your husband for, because the music goes to parts of the world that I would never even set, my feet on the
Mm-hmm.
soil.
Yeah.
It's people listening to the music that I might not ever meet. You know what I'm saying? It's
Mm-hmm.
me planting seeds in a way. It's me watering in a way. So the
Yeah.
music is actually touching people places we don't even have no idea, bro.
Right.
So at the end of the day, it is definitely a blessing, and that's another reason why I'm like total I, because man, I can't, I don't have the means to fly to Africa or fly
Mm-hmm.
to some places that hit me up, what I'm saying like, they love the music, but they still hear the music and they see the
They still hear the
videos and it gives
music.
them
Yeah.
hope. Yeah, it
And
gives them hope, bro.
that's the important thing about like because I know a lot of people think that this is the time to continue doing all this stuff and being on the social media and everything, and it's a time preparation and everything like that. And I understand that, I get all of that, but it's also these times right here is times where we can get our people to come out of those things because we're in the end time. You know what I'm saying? So it's not about us being prepared. You know what I'm saying? We need to help other brothers and sisters to get prepared as well. But if they don't hear this, they don't get to see this, then what will they get? You know what I'm saying? So
Exactly, man. These
we
times
still
we're
have
living in
to,
right now,
yeah,
we have to open our mouth and say something.
yeah.
We can't
You
just
got
be like the man that had the talent and buried it in the dirt.
buried in the dirt,
It's good.
right?
It's good. We got the gift, of Abba Yahuwah's
Mm-hmm.
bread of life. That means we don't say nothing to nobody.
Mm-hmm.
No, we got to. If Yahuwah puts you in a position to speak, speak. But if he
And
puts you in a position to be quiet, be quiet. You know what I'm
and
saying?
certain people have certain gifts for that purpose. You know what I'm saying? Like
Hmm.
a lot of y'all brothers that's doing the music, y'all reaching souls that somebody that's sitting out there on the street corners aren't reaching. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
And it's for
Hmm.
that purpose. You know what I'm saying? Your gift is for that purpose, so you can reach those souls because everybody's souls aren't the same. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm. Hmm.
And they
Facts.
need to Like some people, they'll sit at home and listen to music all day. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And that's just their
Mm-hmm.
life. You know what I'm saying? And there's other people they like watching documentaries. There's other people that, you know what I'm saying, just want to chill and you know what I'm saying. So it's like we gotta
Mm-hmm.
we gotta still feed the flock at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. Absolutely. It's very important.
Very important.
And
So yeah,
that's
man.
mm-hmm.
Um,
And that,
so it was a couple. Well, you tell me what was your favorite songs off the last album?
uh
Give me
uh
two or three of your favorite songs.
my favorite song off the last album is the song I got with my aunt Obadiah. Um and that was uh what's his name? Man, bro, I know you're gonna
Yeah.
get me for this.
Nah,
The
you
name of
good,
the
you
song.
good.
I got a song with Obadiah. I forgot the name of it. Then
Mm.
Hallelujah, Hallelujah, see your sunshine. I can see your
Yeah,
sunshine.
sunshine.
Okay, that
Yeah,
one.
yeah.
Land of the Living.
Mm-hmm.
That was a favorite song. I got a few of them, bro.
Yeah.
I got some good collabs on that album.
Mm-hmm.
Some cool brothers, man. That I really thank. My Nehemiah, my Wu Biggin, my Kafa. You know, my what I'm saying, Yam. Of course,
Mm-hmm.
Zoo, Miss Rod. All my bros, my sister Tawab. I got some
Mm-hmm.
really dope collabs on that album. I can't leave out my
Yeah.
man, Yo Malek, man, because this Ock
Oh
is
yeah. What was that song?
yo
What's the song?
um uh
Dang, I was just listening to it earlier too, and
yeah,
I'm like, I didn't even notice that was him on the
yeah, Yo Malek, man. He's like a very humble brother, man. I love that
yeah.
brother, man. It's crazy we never met in person, man, but he's a very humble brother, man,
Mm-hmm.
I just want him to be a part of every album I do. My
Mm-hmm.
Amashadar, of course, he's my he's my ace coon boom. You know what I'm saying, and he's an elder at the same time. So
Yeah.
at the end of the day, man, his spoken words is so powerful, bro. Like we got a song on his new album that's gonna be hard, bro, called Freedom. You know what I'm saying, and I got some new stuff, man, and it probably won't be out for a little minute because I'm still working on some stuff.
Right.
But at the end of the day, the music that you guys do have right
I'm
now
about to say
is like
40 songs in a year. You
yeah,
know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah.
With a year
It
span, like I think we should be all right.
it, man, it's soul food, bro.
Yeah.
I'm old, so I'm like the old school,
Yeah.
bro. Like where we put albums out every 2 years or so. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And but this new generation, bro, I could put an album out in a month later. Like, man, when you coming with something new, bro?
Right.
Bro, like,
Yeah.
man,
Attention
you got the
span.
album last month. Yeah, yeah. So I don't. I'm like so old
Yeah.
school, bro, that I'm still caught up in that time where you really enjoy the album, listen to it, and it was
Mm-hmm.
more a classic than it was like just something that you just put out
Some
and it was
just yeah.
gone. It was gone like a vapor. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't even remember it. You know what I'm
Don't even
saying? So
remember the songs, right?
I try to put out albums that you could remember, and it was good soul food for you.
Mm-hmm.
Keep
One
eating
track
off
that
of it.
I thought that was interesting was the generational curses. I believe that's what the track was called.
Yeah, that's an old song, man, that I
Yeah.
brought back to life. It's an old song, yeah, that I had in the archives, and someone was just like, man, just put this on another beat and just do it. It's a dope song, and just
Yeah.
speaking
I like
about
yeah,
the
speaking about
contrast
like
of the contrast of the two different, the young male and the
young
young
male, young
female
female.
caught
Yeah.
up in and not thinking they grown. You know what I'm
Thinking they
saying? And
grown, yeah.
yeah, we
That's
got so
definitely
much of that
something.
going on. Yeah.
So much of that
Hmm.
going on. And I was like, I'm
Generational
glad
curses.
that yeah, I was like, I'm glad that he had touched on that because it's definitely something that needs to be spoken about. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
And then, this is probably one of your favorites from a lot of people, Light Bulb. You know what I'm saying? That
Light
song,
bulb, man. Hey, now
that
look, when we did light bulb, I had the beat, and so sometimes I choose beats that other people won't choose. Like Zoog, he
yeah.
say. dang, bro, I would have never did chose that beat, bro. But man, that song go hard, bro. But it's you know, I listen to beats and I start mumbling to it. You know what I'm saying? I see if I can catch a rhythm to it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And the beat was just so beautiful. It just reminded me of something like tropical or something. You know?
Yeah, definitely.
And shout out to Buddy Beats. He made that track, and the beat was so hard. And then I just seen my Ak Yam on it. Yam was out here in L.A. And I had heard. I let Yam hear my verses, and I said, "Bro, I left the middle verse for you, you know, to be on, bro. You gotta, you know, get on this, bro, because
Right.
you know, Yam with the way he got that singing style,
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying, with the
for
auto
sure,
tunes and stuff, and I knew it was gonna be hard, bro. So put him on it, man, and we shot the video, bro, and it was amazing, bro. I almost cried that day we shot that video though too, bro, because I almost lost my drone that night. You know what I'm saying?
Oh man.
And it was crazy, bro, because we had shot, and I got this drone that's you only can fly in the daytime. It's like an action drone, so
okay.
you know, we took it out, and I almost lost that thing, bro, but. Yahuwah brought it back to me, bro. So I was like, okay, Brock, Yahuwah.
Right.
But the video came out dope. And people love the song when we put it out, and I just was so thankful for that, bro.
Yeah, man, that
You know,
song. It was so funny because when I first heard the song and I heard the beat, you know what I'm saying? You know, we got a little bit of beat at the beginning, and I was listening to I looked at the title, I'm just like, how is he gonna bring this to Light Bulb? You know what I mean? And it just, I know this walk ain't popular, but I follow where you're like, I was like, oh man, okay. Let me sit back and enjoy the show. You know what I mean? But it was definitely one of those songs that you can just you know, it got that vibrant beat, it got the good message. You know what I'm saying? It was all complete. You know what I'm saying? A complete.
Man, Brock, all the same to the master, man. Yeah, he's so good, bro.
He's so good.
Yahuwah is so good, man. I sometimes I pray for him to, you know, send me beats that can compliment me, because I'm very picky, bro, and you know, I don't be want to hurt nobody's feelings, bro. But sometimes people get at me about beats and stuff, and I'm very picky, bro. I might listen to 100 beats before I pick one. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because I know what I feel like I want to, you know, what I want to write to. Yeah, on a beat. So at the end of the day, is you know, I'm real picky when it comes to tracks, man. You know, that could be a foible of mine, you know, but I really take my time with listening to beats and stuff like that.
All right, man. So what we usually do is towards the end of the interview, we allow the
don't ask me to rap.
No. We ain't gonna do that. I'm gonna try to get Hezekiah on there next week though. We're gonna try to get him on there. But I'm gonna ask the people that's been viewing and stuff like that if they want to ask any questions. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead and write them down in the comments. I can see all your comments. So we're gonna get these comments. You can ask him any of the questions, you know what I'm saying? If y'all feel like I didn't ask him something y'all wanted to know, you know what I'm saying, go ahead, ask him now. But I'm while they writing, usually I ask people, who are 3 artists that you would want to do a collab with or make music with? I know that you said you picky on that, but is there any artists out there that you might want to do a collab with in the future? That you haven't done one with?
I don't know, man. I let Abba Yahuwah, you know, bring that. You know what I'm saying? I really don't think about that too much. But besides, like, if I like, oh yeah, you know what? My Eliyahu, I got Eliyahu, man. We supposed to do a song.
Yeah.
We supposed to do some music, man. Yeah, man, and Chosen Few. That's my Ak, man, and if you listening, Aki, you know what I mean, we gonna get on that track, man. We supposed to do a song a while ago, and we just never got on, bro. I would say him. I don't know, man. I kind of just let things happen organically, bro.
Right.
Because like I said before, I don't just you could be a super dope rapper, But if I don't really know you, you know what I'm saying, and know your spirit, you know what I'm saying, and I won't desire to do music with you, because at the end of the day, I might enjoy, your music, but I mean, I don't, search to, oh yeah, I got to get this Ak on the track, because we got a team of really talented people that became humble, like, for us that. So I kind of, stick to who I know. But at the end of the day, I do know some people that, like I did a track with Anuahyahu on his album recently. It's gonna be a dope album too. So just anytime I meet somebody organically and it's really sent from Abba, then we'll get on. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But other than that, I don't really don't
Yeah, I was
look
say
for people to.
you definitely already
Yeah.
got a family of talented artists that you can
Mm-hmm.
collab with at any time. So,
Yeah, I don't tend to like really look for people to be on songs like that unless it's
right.
people I really know.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Can I get a feature? No,
Yeah, you got it. You
no,
got
but
it.
yeah, man. So we're gonna look in at the comments, see what people, any questions that anybody got. It said, when did you first start rapping, and and when was it world? When was hold up. When did you first start rapping, and when you did, was it worldly or at first?
Oh yeah. I started rapping, bro, in 11th grade, bro. I'm 45 years old right now, so do the math, man. I was rapping
Yeah.
in 11th grade. We had this crew called KMA, Crazy Mad Acts. You know what I'm saying? Um, and I thought I was pretty fresh back in the day, but I was pretty trash.
Yeah.
And I used to go to Manual Arts. Big up to Manual Arts, Toilers, you know what I'm saying? South Central LA. But yeah, I used to go there. We used to like ditch school and rap, you know what I'm saying? And I started rapping back then and just, progressively just started continuing to write and stuff. I thought I was gonna get signed at like 18. That never materialized, but I realized that was Abba, you know what I'm saying, stopping that, because I was definitely speaking some nonsense.
Yeah, I know. Usually, when we first come into the truth, when we start doing the music and everything like that, I mean, before we come into the truth, we had a sense of what we thought was good music. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
For
Yeah.
our flesh. You know what I'm saying? But when you come into
Mm-hmm.
the truth, now, my question, was it hard to convert with the music? You said, I know you said that you did some Christian music as well. You know what I'm saying? Was that hard? Was that hard of trying to convert from, the worldly music to the Christian music, and then again to, the truth music?
I don't think so, because if you have a gift for Abba, from Abba to do music, and it just basically, now your material changing, but you still got that same gift.
You still got that
Just,
same gift, right?
it doesn't take away the gift that even the people in the world have. They have tremendous
Mm-hmm.
gifts. You
Right.
to some of these brothers, they have tremendous gifts, but they're using it for
Using it for,
Hashatan.
right.
Yeah, they're using it for the enemy. So at the end of the day, a gift is a gift. So it wasn't hard to transition. I just had to learn what I was talking about.
Mm-hmm.
And so you start rapping about the things that's in, how it says, and uh how it talks about, a man by the words of his mouth and the
Yeah,
fruits of his
yeah,
labor, right? So
right.
at the end of the day, the fruits of my labor is at that time I was serving Jesus. So
Mm-hmm.
I was learning. I wanted to learn about that. So I still had the gift. So I would just rap about those things that I knew, that I thought I knew.
All right. Right.
And the more I started learning, the more we learn in this life, we could talk
Mm-hmm.
about those things, right? So as we progress and learn, we just speak on things that we know. And so I already had the gift of putting together songs and making a rhyme and counting bars and doing those things. My homeboy Gary taught me how to count bars and skip
Mm-hmm.
pages and lines and all that. And so I knew how to do that and put songs together. It's just the direction of what I was talking about changed. Before I was talking about crazy stuff, and it just changed from, because my whole point of view changed, my whole way
Right.
of thinking changed even then. So it's just what you love. You're gonna talk about what you love. The abundance of the heart speaketh the mouth. So
Yeah.
what was in my heart, I started speaking. So, Christianity at that time was in my heart, so I started speaking on things I knew. I thought I knew.
Yeah. Uh, that's was it, did you get like any people that was in Christianity when you got into the truth? Were they like, did people's viewpoint of you change when that happened?
Yeah,
Or
absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. You got people that think you crazy. You got
mm-hmm.
people think you're a weirdo. You got people that's I got pretty much hated on. You got
Yeah,
people that I was doing music with that stop messing with me. Because they didn't understand. They didn't have and some of them to this day still don't have ears to hear. You
right.
know, man, I used to shoot videos for a lot of people, bro.
Mm-hmm.
I used to, do these things for a lot of people in Christianity, and a lot of these people talked about me when I came into the truth. A lot of these people
Right.
thought I was crazy, and still to this day, But at the end of
Mm-hmm.
the day, I'm not here to serve them. I'm here to serve
Right.
Abba Yahuwah. But you're gonna get that opposition when you come into the truth, bro. Family members
Exactly.
gonna talk crazy.
Yeah.
People that don't understand Yahuwah, they gonna talk crazy. You
Mm-hmm.
know, so at the end of the day, man, I was prepared for that. You know what I'm saying? And that happened. And I shout out to my ox that didn't, and I call them my ox because they still might be in Christianity, but I got a few
Yeah.
ox that, kept it real with me. They
Mm-hmm.
kept, like my IQ, Survivor Q, shout out to him. That's my bro.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? He understands, where I'm coming from, and he's a loving brother. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I got a few people that know me that's Christians. You know what I'm saying, that I have respect for, that didn't
Right.
turn or didn't flip on me. They still don't, they might not agree with
Yeah.
everything, but they still keep it love. We see each other as love.
Yeah. And
So at the end of the day.
that's the one thing that I never really understood how, if we supposed to, well, based off of that, if we all supposed to be winning Christ Jesus, you know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? Why so much contention that we're coming out of the same book, we teaching the same things. It might not be completely 100% in your agreement, but we still teaching the same things. We still trying to walk that same path. You know what I'm saying? As what we intend to be. You know what I'm saying? And we still trying to live a righteous life.
Yeah, we could become so judgmental and pointing fingers, bro. I know, um, when I was a Christian, bro, it's so easy to say, "Oh man, this person of the devil." You know what I'm saying? This person
Yeah,
ain't
so
got,
easy. Yeah.
it's so easy to do that, bro. And I once did that, so I
Even in
understand.
the truth, even in the truth too.
Even it is true, bro. We do the same thing, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but at the end of the day, we are supposed to try to root. We are supposed to be
Yeah.
mindful and have discernment to see not every spirit is of Abba. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think that's being judgmental. I think that's just being having discernment to see
Yeah, just
what Abba
being
Yahuwah is showing you. But when I
right.
was a Christian, man, it seemed like everything was just like, if it ain't Christianity, it ain't, it's Christians or
Right,
nothing,
right.
homie. You know what I'm saying? And it was like a game,
Christian or
bro.
nothing.
If you ain't, that's how it was, bro. And so
Yeah.
when I left that thing, it was more or less, hatred. I felt, I had a
Mm-hmm.
song. I never put the song out, but I kind of said it like at the end, like, bro, when I left, man, y'all treated me like a stepchild, bro. Like,
Mm-hmm.
this is somebody you said you was cool with, you love.
Yeah.
But it's no different than even what they doing to Eshawn Burgundy. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah,
people hate him,
I've been
hate on
peeping.
him.
I've been peeping that
Yeah,
too, man.
no different, bro. It just happened, a few years before him. But at the end of the
Yeah.
day, it's the same thing, same story, bro.
Um. Okay, we got another question. Is there any rappers that you looked up to when you were coming up? That you say you you keep the hold up. Say, man, I need to make these bigger. You would say that you kind of took pieces from, like somebody that you used to look up to that you feel like you took pieces from when you was making your music or anything like that.
Uh, no, I don't think I took pieces from anybody. I think Abby Hood gave me my own little um my own style, But I used to look up to, of course, everybody say Tupac. That's in my genre, you
Mm-hmm.
know. And to Abby Hood used to tell me, don't listen to him. You know what I mean? I was a Christian. I was bumping Tupac, bro. You know what I'm saying? So I would listen to Tupac, Scarface. Hey, you need something, baby? Did Yam show up? Yeah. My bad, y'all.
Oh, you good, you good. We understand.
Man, what's his name? Andre 3000.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of different people I used to listen to and be like, man, I like they cadence and how they spit. You know what I'm saying? Devin the Dude, Devin the Dude
Yeah,
used to be my favorite.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Back in the day, because I used to get high a lot, bro. So I used to listen to Devin the
right.
Dude and the way he spit, so just calm and just be spitting real smooth. And my homeboy Q that I mentioned earlier, he would when I used to be on
Mm-hmm.
stage as a Christian, he'd be like, man, they should call you D Smooth, bro, because you be the way you be on stage and be flowing, it be real smooth. So I don't know. Some of the people I looked up to had more of a like real smooth type style, bro. But I would
Mm-hmm.
just say that I kind of like, I always kind of like that, ride the
Mm-hmm.
beat type style,
Yeah, rather beat
if
that
that
stuff,
makes
right?
sense. Yeah, I didn't like that eclectic offbeat stuff,
Yeah,
beats with.
yeah.
I never liked that kind of. I like when you would just ride the beat and the beat kind of
Mm-hmm.
talking to you, but you just ride it. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. That's what's up.
Yeah.
That's what's up. Uh, we got another question. It says, "How long have you been married, and what kind of advice would you give to the wife of a man who is a minister,
To the
or
wife.
or in ministry, like out here teaching?"
So this is giving information to a woman
Yeah,
that's married.
yeah.
Um,
Well,
just
they
just
said how long have you been married, and what advice would you give to?
we've been married for 15 years,
And that's
and
beautiful.
through the ups and downs, smiles and frowns. You know what I'm saying? We've been married for a while. That's my better half, and she is a wonderful woman, man. And the advice I would give you, far as just really becoming one and submitting yourself to your husband, and just really loving him and taking care of your husband, and he should do the same for you. You know what I mean? And being honest one to another, and not you know, just working on things and not being so puffed up where you willing to like separate or argue. You know what I mean? It's been times where in the past where, I thought I could have lost my marriage because of things I was doing. But Abba Yahuwah saved my marriage, you know what I'm saying? And so
Mm-hmm.
at the end of the day, just having a forgiving spirit, a loving and forgiving spirit, to be able to, because if you can forgive in your marriage, then Yahuwah will bless your marriage even more. If you
Yep.
can learn to be like, submit yourselves one to another and forgive one another and talk to each other with respect and to know your role, because we men, we know our roles in our marriage. You know what I'm saying? Some of us do, some of us don't.
Yeah, some of us do.
But women, you guys have to know your roles too. And that Jezebel root is really going rampant in Yasharal, where women want to teach, women want to they want to usurp authority over man, and it's folly for a man to let his woman rule his house.
Yep.
That's a folly. That's foolish for a man to let his woman rule. But at the end of the day, you're supposed to rule in love, not a tyrant. You're supposed to rule your house in humility and love and kindness and submit yourself and love one another and take care of your wife, and then she would learn to do the same and take care of you and love you and do those things. So at the end of the day, just becoming one. I hear relationships don't work because a lot of times people, they don't want to become one. They don't want to be like one, and even in bank accounts. Oh man, I gotta have my
Yeah.
own bank account. He got his own, I got my own. Like, we used to be like that when we was young minded.
Yeah.
Me and my wife. But once we came together, like, man, everything I have is yours. Everything you have is mine. We became more blessed.
Mm-hmm.
And so Yahuwah blesses marriage. He really does if it's upright, you know, if you're not out, um, living lasciviousness, you know what I'm
Right.
saying? He blesses that. So I would just say, just honor your husband, and men honor your wives, like the scripts say. It's
Right.
instruction.
All praises, man. All praises, man. Well, appreciate you for coming on here, man, and dropping some gems and dealing with us for this little time. I told you there was gonna be an hour or two. We've been on here
Yeah.
for a nice minute. So,
It's been about
but
two. I think it's been about two
yeah,
hours. But
yeah,
Yahoo, man, is it's a blessing, man. And I thank you for your platform. I thank you for like I said, you my first person I've interviewed with since I've been doing this truth music. So
all
um,
praises.
I thank Abba Yahuwah for all he's doing in you, bro. And like we said before when we was off the air, man, just continue to let Abba Yahuwah use you. Continue to let him guide you, bro. And I pray many blessings on you, bro, and your household and your family. So thank you, you know what I'm saying, for this platform to be able to be on here and to talk to the people and just tell them how much I do love them because I really do, man. One thing about me, I'm very to myself. I'm like an introvert. So if anybody who knows me knows that I'm very introverted. So I don't really get on a lot of platforms and stuff like that. But I really love y'all. The music I do is for Abba Yahuwah and his people and to uplift you guys and to know that just encourage you to keep on fighting. We in this fight all together. Continue to press on, um, continue to love one another, and also continue to not make agreements with anything. Just don't make agreements with everyone and everybody. You feel me? Just always pray before you even invite people in your home. Pray
Yeah.
about it. Ask Abba Yahuwah, is this person supposed to be in my home? Am I supposed to be taking advice from this person? Am I supposed to be even listening? You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? So at the end of the day, because Hashatan disguises himself as angels of light. So just be mindful of that and just always do your best to try to walk upright. You know what I'm saying? And if you do that, and you're gonna be all right. You're gonna have his oil. You're gonna have your oil ready when he comes and gets you.
Mm-hmm. Oh, praises, man. That's true, man. That's a listen to him for real.
All
Um.
the same to the master, man.
So, yeah, like I said, man, I appreciate you coming on here.
Hmm.
What I'm saying, dropping these gems and talking about the music, talking about everything. Um, let the people know where to find you, where to find humble music. You know what I'm saying, and everything like that.
Well,
So then they can keep in contact with y'all and getting some of these people they probably never heard about your music and stuff like that. So how can they you know find you?
okay. Well, you can go to our website is
If somebody,
became
sorry,
humble.
sorry, if somebody could put this in the chat, that'd be dope. I think somebody
Okay.
threw it in the chat already once, but yeah,
Okay.
go ahead.
Okay. It's becamehumblemusic.com. And that's music with a Z. So it's MUZIK. Became humble altogether music.com. That's where you find our music, our free downloads. If you want to go to YouTube, you can go to Became Humble Films altogether. Films, FILMZ, Films with a Z. That's Became Humble Films on YouTube. I'm on SoundCloud too. You just look up Dimitri Pruitt. The old Ancient Path album is not on there, but the rest of the music is on there. And you can find myself on all the streaming platforms. Me, Zoo, um, Tawab, all of us, on all the streaming platforms. So just put our name in. You know what I'm saying? And we all got music on the streaming services of Mashada, all of us. So yeah, pretty much that. If you look me up on Instagram, it's just Dimitri Pruitt on Instagram. You can also, find us on Became Humble Music on Instagram. You know, yeah. So that's pretty much it, man.
All right, man. Y'all heard it, man. Y'all know where to find the music, and it's some really good music. So make sure y'all go ahead and check them out. And you know what I'm saying. Like I said, thank you again for taking the interview. I know you said you ain't did no interviews, and you wasn't even trying to do no interviews. So all
It's the first
praises,
one.
all praise to the
Hmm.
Most High for allowing I'm guessing you asked him, and he said, this is something that's cool. So all praises.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Love you,
Rock
brother.
sure.
You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna let you go ahead tend to them kids and the family,
Man,
Uh
yeah, man. Man, I
Because I
love
know they're
y'all
like,
too,
this brother
man.
has been holding my husband hostage all day.
That's all good, man. Wifey
Nah.
came to the door like oh, I didn't know you were still interviewing. Okay. She shut the door real slow. But
Right.
yeah, no, man. But no, I appreciate you, bro, man. I love all the people, man, who listen, man, to Became Humble Music. You guys encourage us. You guys continue to encourage us, man, to keep, we keep going because of encouragement. And we just thank Anuahyahu for all the love and support we get from y'all. We got new stuff coming. We got 2 videos gonna drop soon. Me and Yam got a song that's we actually shot a video for our album. Um, and me and Zoo got a song coming out probably first, called Request, and that's coming out pretty soon. As soon as the video is finished being edited, we gonna drop it. So y'all can just go to the YouTube and see the new videos. But we got some new stuff coming, some great material, some great music, man. And we just thank you guys for y'all support. We love y'all truly, tremendously, and I'll be who will go before y'all and keep y'all safe and protected.
All right, man. I highlighted I highlighted it up there so y'all can go ahead and check out the website. Mizra put it up there earlier, so you know what I'm saying. There go where y'all can go check out all their music at on YouTube. And yeah, man, we're gonna see y'all in the next video. Next week we're gonna be interviewing Hezekiah. You know what I'm saying? He a good brother, man. I've
Another
been
dope artist. Yeah,
yeah,
dope artist.
he definitely a dope artist, man. So
Mhm.
yeah, we're gonna go ahead and check him out next week. But like I said, appreciate y'all for tuning in. Love y'all, man. Y'all keep y'all spirits up. Stay on the humble, you know what I'm saying, and narrow path, and
Rock you.
continue to let the Most High guide y'all. You know what I'm saying. Pray about, like you said, pray about for guidance, you know what I'm saying, in your everyday, because sometimes we forget that we have, you know what I'm saying, our God to look after us, you know what I'm saying? So
Rock
we
you.
gotta ask him. We gotta ask him what we need to be doing throughout our walk. So yeah, man.
Rock you. Man, I
All right.
appreciate it, man. Talk to you soon, bro.
All right. You
All
already
right,
know it,
one
man.
love. All
Love.
right, shalom.